what it is, what it was, but more importantly, what it do, baby. We are here for Heatwave 7, Rivals 2, Top 8. I, of course, Broza, joined by the Genesis Black champion, Jet, the Jenga God.
#1, baby.
Man, this event has been sick. It is always sick, and I know you guys at home are here for a great top 8. We're here for a great top 8. Jet, what are you looking looking forward to in this upcoming set?
I mean, it's always got to be about Kakasol, you know?
Yep.
Kakasol came in, just destroyed his way through that Rivals 1 bracket, and I want to see if somebody can take him down in this Rivals 2. We were playing him earlier, and I got to say, man's got hands.
Yeah, I mean, we were helping him warm up, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
We were doing some 1v1s. We were doing some 2v1s. And, yeah, he might have won all of those.
He might have cooked us a little bit, but
I don't know if we took a stock in singles. I came close, but
the first
the
match
man's warm.
is, I think it's going to be one of our losers matches. I believe it's going to be Squanto versus Omar.
That definitely looks like Mr. Carson from Newfoundland, somewhere in northern Canada, northwest Territory. No, not northwest Territory. He lives in Canada.
For sure.
He's made a long trip.
This is got to be one of the longest trips to make it out here. Up there with you, all the way from Florida. My man came here, left his house at 3 in the a.m.
Yes, sir.
to make this block happen. That is some dedication to the craft.
I hopped on a plane just before 6 a.m. I got an aisle to myself. I slept, landed here, got here at the same time the TOs did, about 10 a.m. Pacific time, and it's been nonstop ever since, man. That's why I love coming to these Rivals events. I always try to go out of my way to support the events when I can, and you know, Heatwave is kind of the Rivals event to me. Like, it is the quintessential the Rivals community, and I know this is only going to get bigger and bigger. This is the biggest one yet.
Yep.
I think we had 160 entrants.
Yeah, it was I mean, it feels like a love letter to the Rivals community, you know? It's just something where everyone comes from all of the different scenes around the U.S., mostly, and a little bit of Canada, to make sure that, you know, you can show off who's the best. And they're gonna have to prove it, too. You can't just show.
You're seeing a little bit of the overlap, too. That switch back behind Omar there. You know, obviously a phenomenal PM player, really redefined what Wolf is in the meta. And now, of course, applying his talents in this top 8 with us as well. So I think it is, right? Am I crazy? He didn't bust her out, right?
No. He is... Oh... So he is in winter semis. Yeah, winter semis versus ZB.
That's sick.
Yeah, winter semis versus ZB. That'll be certainly a good set. I was looking forward to that. That was one of the ones that I marked down as, like, potentially very interesting. They had a really cool set at Riptide, where ZB, like, unleashed this unholy chain grab that, you know, did 0 to like 80 in one grab, and it was just like, all right, this is just, there's no counterplay to this.
That's the matchup. The fastest of fast fallers versus the big heavy boy.
Yeah, and then we'll see, you know, obviously lots of adaptation to come out in the in-between months, but for now we have Squanto and Omar, and this is going to be a very explosive set on one side and a very defensive set on the other side, I'm sure.
Absolutely. This is one of those things where we've seen this online a few times now with, like, Luck and Nog and Luck and a couple different Lots and Aunts. This matchup's hard. Impossible, no. Hard, very.
I mean, that's one of the things about Loxodon, though. Like, if you're playing the character, you have to understand that you're not going to have an easy time. You have to be absolutely murdering people. You have to be doing crazy stuff at every opportunity to even get back to stage.
Yeah.
Right now, just quick little tech there. Gets out of that situation.
And so, for those who are joining us for the first time in this top 8 and haven't watched the rest of this bracket, this is the Abyss Loxodon skin as well. Has yet to make it into the full game, but will be coming shortly. That is the eyeball instead of the meatball this time. Oh, that was sick. And then he tries to come in with the armor there, but Swampo not giving it to him just yet.
Yes.
It's going to be hard to find this, though, you know?
Or not. Or not.
Right there. Okay,
yeah,
that was sick.
I really like the movement options that Omar has been going throughout this bracket. It's just a lot of like tricky, like ambiguous moves that, you know, you're not expecting him to just go for that instant drop into the side B, and he catches a lot of people unawares, a lot of people shielding. But right now, this huge combo from Squanto, and can he finish the stock? Oh, able to get out of that spot very quickly.
Has to use every resource known to man just to get caught back into the blender on the left-hand side now. It's rough going, man. I love Loxodon. It's one of my favorite characters in this game. But right now, it's a heavy in a floaties world.
Did you see that up air he used to get out of that situation? He broke the needles with that wall jump up air. Really, really creative usage of that from Omar, and going for once again the burst into the back air. We saw that earlier as one of the best options, and another side B to catch it, but great took away from Squanto, who's going to get the stock with a forward air.
So I heard Squanto earlier after playing another locks, and it was not the most familiar matchup with him, so I want to see as this goes along.
Oh my god.
How stuff like that can happen, obviously.
And somehow gets out of that situation. Yeah, you were talking about...
But the side B is what I really am interested, because you see Squanto basically retreating, trying to punish it, and is only like a couple of character links away from being free of that. And I just imagine that's probably going to be something that works out in his favor later on in the set.
Yeah. And okay, great catch with the up B there, able to almost get the stock, but unfortunate. And there's the down tilt. It's such a free confirm on locks. It feels like at any percent above like 100, you either get the up strong at those low percents, and then at the higher percents, the forward air is just absolutely curtains for this elephant.
I didn't even see that Squanto was actually using the Abyss skin as well. It's sick.
Yeah, it's a little bit more low-key for Reno comparatively.
Oh, you mean not bouncing eyeballs?
Yeah, he is not bouncing out. I think, is he throwing eyeballs? Is it like one of those? Are they rotating around him in that little collar thing he's got?
Oh, we got to take a closer look.
Nice scarf.
It is a...
No, it's not. They're not eyeballs.
The chest.
They look like... There's one in the chest. Okay.
And then they're in the hands.
Oh, that's creepy. I like it.
Ooh, big down tilt.
Yeah. Getting up. Another little pickup.
I've seen the big boys kind of come to this stage pretty often. As a Cragmain, what are your thoughts here about using, like, obviously the smaller size of Tempest to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice platform height for a lot of characters as well, and it's not super great for Rano. Rano likes those medium platform heights, you know, like on Hodojo and Godai. These ones aren't quite the right positions, and reverse back air almost getting stocked. Yeah, I mean, I think it is helpful because it's very hard for you get a real edge guard against a character like Reno, so you need to be fully killing him.
Yeah, you have to do the most. I mean, a lot of characters have a bevy of ways to return to stage, whether it's coming high, whether it's coming medium, whether it's coming low. But I mean, this is just controlling space, using everything to your advantage. I mean, Omar really looks comfortable right now on this.
And yeah, the needle not going to get the fair follow up there. Good DI away from that. And these early up Bs have actually been huge for the Lockstone. He's trying to set up in the corner, and oh man, it feels like the like stage control is such a volatile game where, you know, you can control a little bit of the stage, but the moment you give up an inch, Squanto's going to take a mile.
A stock, the game. I mean, it goes in a variety of directions, but this is a full stock lead at the very least, and Omar has looked super comfortable on this stage.
And yeah, these floor hugs have also been really, really good for Omar. I mean, it's something that he's been able to just take advantage of every time that Squanto goes for a punish. Able to get that floor hug, get his own return fire, but now this is a big combo opportunity. String off the edge, and he's fine though. He's fine though. Nothing to worry about. Actually, went for a little bit too aggressive of a burst there.
Little cheese, and gets kind of knocked around for it, unfortunately. Squanto not really at a high percentage. Wow.
Do you see how long he saved that double jump for?
Crazy.
Wow, I can't believe he still had it in that
That's
spot.
Another 12%. I mean, that can be the difference here, too. I mean, I was just about to say, only 36% on the second stock. That's really kind of one combo.
Certainly with a bubble. Yeah, the stock lead evaporated quickly, but now turning it right around. And, okay, looking for the DI in. I totally understand. A lot of people will hold it in that spot, but now it's looking so good for Squanto, who's in this driver's seat, gets the double weak fair and a couple needles for your trouble. First time we see the special get up, though.
There's that crab again. Oh, there it is. That's all it takes sometimes.
Can you hitball that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's not like technically an aerial.
Yeah. That was wild. All right, really nice confirm. You haven't seen that into the up strong very often. It's mostly goes for the reverse back air.
Right.
On stage, you have that opportunity.
Listen, the tag is Omar_swag for a reason.
His tag is Omar Swag. That's so funny. I love that.
So we're going Jules next. This is kind of what you were talking about in the last game, right? The perfect platform height for Rano, and conveniently kind of extends out past the stage as we see right now as well. So kind of can put him in a pretty advantageous position if he wants to push this. He also can just kind of focus neutral, kind of keep this ledge, but if he really wants to go out there with some combos, he's got the ability to do so. Timing, guys. That is perfect timing there.
Yeah, and I'm loving this usage of the wall jump up air to just cover if Omar is planning on dropping down. Sorry, if Squanto is planning on dropping down on Omar. It's been a very big boon. Several times he's been able to swat Squanto out of there. And great pickup on that tech in. Very commonly, you're going to see that tech in play. Sorry, tech in at the side of the stage there. Right. Because if you tech in place, you're just getting absolutely cooked. So good read from Omar, but Squanto is going to get the stock once again. But, the eyeball into the forward airs.
Normally, you see a third forward air in the combo videos to be the one that finished it off there. Only gets the 2. However, bullseyes.
All these eyeballs are so good, and miss tech there. That sets it up. Forwarder, not enough to get the stock. Is the bubble gonna reset? No. Another eyeball. It gets downer, but somehow Squanto makes it back to stage just to get grabbed and thrown off. Not gonna be enough DI to save him there.
This is how you know that Rivals 2 is a new and creative game, because you have a heavy that actually has to work hard.
Oh man, and great utilization of that reverse up B. I mean, that's another thing that he's been doing really well. But oh my god, this is so dangerous for Omar. The dash attack isn't going to actually punish that get up.
But the good thing for Squanto there is it does cross up, so Omar's not able to punish it the way he wants.
Yeah, but a little bit of an awkward trade, and huge pickup gets the. Man, the needles are really good, but he's not getting the falls because Omar is hitting the DI on these needles every single time, not holding in, not going to be privy to any of these tricks. He should be fine, but actually hits it back with special get up. I like that.
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do there. You just kind of force the...
Double parry?
I was going to say, you force the opponent a little bit further away when you pop him into that bubble, and the last thing Lox wants is to be any further away from the ledge if he has to.
Yeah. Oh. Now the neutral air off stage. Once again, Omar is just proving his advantage state is so incredible. Every single time he gets a single hit, he makes it count so much, but now he might be on the other foot, even though he doesn't have the Jordans.
Smart move from Squanto there. Kind of opts away from going to the ledge. Goes high and gets back to center. However, Omar takes back over here. I love the dribble with the meatball there. I mean, it's such a good item use, and it's something that makes it really hard to kind of approach in those situations where Lox already has control.
Yeah, it controls a lot of space, right? Like, a lot of times if you go for the meatball, if you go to hit it back, you're going to end up trading, and that's not the position you want to be in against Lox. If you're trading, he's going to be the one in advantage if you're trading with that ball. But the eye is countered out, and now Squanto picking up a couple extra hits with reverse back air. Second forward air, no, not going to go for it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see it, especially with like the full armor too.
Yup. Charging that back up. Oh, forward strong not going to be enough. And now that's the one miss on the TI. Just in time, and a great tech in that spot, and suddenly it turns around. No, the down tilt is here once again. Oh no, Brosa, somebody get a bagel, because this Lox is getting smoked.
So, I mean, that's the tough part there too. Like in Rivals 1, if you had more than one needle charge, you can actually go into double needle off stage into the aerial. In that case, use the double needle to combo into another needle, locking him in place for that last aerial. I mean, what do? You know, we've got DSR in effect here?
Yeah, full DSR.
Full DSR, so we cannot go back to Tempest, even though that is the goal, obviously, if you're Omar. So now you got to think about it. I mean, do we go to the forest floor? Do we go to maybe oh gosh. I don't know, man. What do you think?
I feel like he might want to go to... you can't go to Rockwall. Yeah, Forest. Okay, that makes sense.
It's such a common stage for the heavies. I mean, it benefits a lot of the characters in the cast. Obviously, the smallest blast zones that you can get from your starter stages.
Oh my god!
But then stuff like this happens.
And yeah, and that
smaller stages matter if you have stage control. And right now, Squanto has that
in spades. My god, 96% off the top, a 113, and now it's just. Finally gets out of that position, but only to receive a double foot to the face. And yes, does get out of there with that up special and has another chance to come back into this pro. So I mean, it's not over.
No, yeah. Omar's there's no quit.
Oh, I think he wanted to grab ledge with that.
I was going to say, was that just to try to grab ledge?
Yeah, you can grab ledge with the reverse up B, but a little bit off, and the spacing does die for it. And now on the next stock is going to get a little bit of a punish, but it's still Squanto's game to lose at this point.
Absolutely.
Oh, and disrupting the eyeball dribble actually leads into a double back air down strong. Oh, it's so dangerous here, but just a quick ledge snag. And suddenly, Omar back in this game. Oh, never mind. He's out of the game again.
He's way off stage. Burned his air dog already.
I tried to use that special get up. Is going to get a nice punish. Actually, the bubble seems like it saved Omar. Once again, really nice DI on these down tilts. They're super hard to react in time, but that one...
Saved or delayed? Jed, what do you think that bubble did?
Delayed the inevitable, it looks like. I mean, it appears to be the final game for Omar, perhaps the final stock.
There's that spacing on that side special from Lox that I was looking for. Omar's back in control here, but Squanto is kind of just figuring out where to put that back air. Finally gets it there, is now firmly back in control. If you're only familiar with Rivals 2, both these players, phenomenal Rivals 1 players. And Squanto especially really known for his technical prowess with Rano.
Yeah.
So not surprising to see this kind of effectiveness come across in the new game either.
Yep. Once again, utilizing that up air off the wall jump, trying to get out of the spot, and does manage to get back into center stage, but these edge cancels and this Dacus gonna be enough to get a 3-1 victory for Squanto. Really nice showing of just how brutal Rano can be when you're off stage.
I mean, especially when you have that big of a character model, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the things I was looking at throughout that set. There's moments where Lox is trying to hit a nair, and Rano has, like, crouched down, waiting to make a move, and both hits of the nair whiff. So when you have a character that can kind of invalidate some of your common neutral tools like that, it just makes it that much harder. And so, you know, phenomenal work from Squanto, phenomenal work for Omar for making it this far. Going to get a medal for making it into the top 8 here.
Yeah,
at Rivals 2 at Heatwave.
Oh, I gotta mention one of my favorite parts about this tournament. So there is no tied 7th place.
That's correct.
There is the loser of that set is going to play the loser of this set, and there is going to be a true 7th and a true 8th place. Something I love that they do at Heatwave, and the medals reflect that. There is a 1st through 8th place medal. There's not 2 5th place. There's not 2 7th places.
SBS is nothing if not pedantic, and he is my favorite GI for it.
He's lovely. I love SBS. And
so it looks like we have Nbad and Cheesy Potato coming up next. Nbad with a hell of a top 8 qualifier. We were playing during that.
Oh yeah,
and a huge pop off. And these are both extremely popular players down here in both Arizona and of course Cheesy out in SoCal as well. You know, it's going to be tough. The crowd's going to be split on this. Once again, if you guys are tuning in for Rivals for the first time and aren't familiar with some of these players that we have coming in here, the two of them, one doubles together.
Yeah,
them showing off their medals for that, they're having their medals on stream, and then you know, have pushed each other both as friends and competitors for a really long time. You know, I'm not trying to get into the power of friendship right now for top 8, but it's a serious thing in the Rivals community, and that's the reason why I've been such a big supporter of it for so long, is the fact of how cool everybody is and how, you know, genuinely excited everyone is to see everyone when we come to tournaments. It's really nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's something that's a lot more rare, right? Like, you know, some of the ultimate tournaments will happen like every week. For Rivals, it's like you get 4.
Yeah. Some of them are going to be online, so you're just going to have to play. But I mean, like, it is this kind of perfect scenario. But we are going to get into this here. This is Crag versus Maple. This, of course, is the level 50 skunk skin, and Cheesy's been rocking neutral skin since day 1, so not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, it's a classic. You know, it looks good, and you know what looks good is this combo coming out from Headbad. Cheesy managing to get out of the situation. Crag is nothing if not survivable. And, great pickup with that neutral special. I love to see it. And, okay. All right. Expected the roll to the right, but that time, special get up is able to put the mark on to the Crag.
Good DI in there from Cheesy. Doesn't want to get caught by Lily. Does get caught there, but he's not in a position where it's going to be a stock. Just
yeah, it's pretty hard to get the stock off of Crag, even when you have a wrap. You know, you get a get it down strong, and you're killing at 150-ish on the side. So it's still a lot of work to get put in that spot. Yeah, 124, not going to be quite enough yet. Trying to utilize the up tilt to get the rock shards go up, and that is going to be a nice early kill on the side of Nbad, who's definitely not, I wouldn't say the favorite to win this at all. Cheesy has been so good.
No, I definitely would say by seeding it's going to be favored to Cheesy, but at the same time, this is a matchup that is pretty volatile between the two of these players, right? And these two characters as well. You see how Maple can kind of have these fresh and hard pushes off stage.
Such a dangerous position to be in with the rock in hand while Maple is comboing you. You just have no opportunities to drop it, and there's a lot of times where you just are end up completely cooked. But right now, gets the grab, gets the throw off stage, gonna utilize smart use of the early tether. The moment that Cheesy jumped, that meant it wasn't possible, I think, to react in time to get the punish on the tether. Very, very smart moves by Nbad. But the fourth, I think, special get up, and it works every time so far. And not only does it work, it almost ends up with a kill. Oh my god. Wrap around. Three hits.
To 164 now. You don't really typically see this character lasting this long. It's definitely more on the fragile side compared to the rest of the cast, but phenomenal DI there too. 175 now.
Yeah, I'm also a little bit surprised to see this stage be the pick. This is actually something I usually ban against this character. It's just the Lily controls space so well on this stage, and the ability to get these up air chains is huge. But let's see what she's going to do in this spot. Gets the down air, gets the ledge regrab, and uses the refresh, but it's not enough to get the hit. And now the wrap is the other way. Oh, Lily almost getting involved here, bro. So this is going crazy for Nbad. It's another parry.
It is really interesting watching Nbad too, because I'm a little bit more familiar with some of the more, I guess, familiar Maple players, Elkies being the one that comes to mind. And you see a lot of them kind of do just kind of what that was there, but only do that. Yeah. Lily camp the entire time. Use that extra little control space, like we mentioned, to kind of obviously use that to their advantage. But Nbad has really been pushing this the entire time. Like, knows that the combos he's got for the big heavies are going to be lasting longer on Crag, and are in a good position to keep this percentage up too. So not really just kind of sitting back on his heels. Yeah. As the stock goes on, I want to get rid of this last Crag stock.
Yeah, Cheesy, she is so scary if you give her a chance. But all right, just runs up and up strong. A little anticlimactic, but hey, it works. It works. And yeah, this is something that's always interesting. Is going to be the stage counter pick metagame here. Nbad taking that first game. Wait. Is Nbad?
Yeah, Nbad won.
Yeah, and is Nbad on Crag? Okay.
No, he's
okay. So we're good.
Prediction looks over. It's like, my bad.
That happens sometimes. I'm always confused because sometimes people will just like randomly change characters or anything like that. I'm like, all right, I don't know. Maybe that's the way it goes.
Maybe they decided to go reverse mains.
I mean,
I would have passed. I would have put it back.
I think I'm going to be honest. I think it is. I think it's reverse mains. Am I crazy?
I think you're
production.
Crazy.
Is it reverse mains right now?
I think you're crazy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it should be Nbad up one over Cheesy Potato.
Sounds good. So Nbad getting the first game.
That was
huge parry. Yeah, into the down strong. Trying to utilize that down air to disrupt the recovery, but up strong into strong on the ground.
I love that. I'm really interested to see get optimized in the game a little bit is those ledge knocks, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that you can do that, it is techable. You just have to be ready for it, and in that case, it's not, which is what led to that stock and that position. And now a full 60% on the second stock.
Can you use an aerial out of it as well? I feel like sometimes I see people like get ledge slid off, and then they just use an aerial before they hit the ground, which means that they don't have to tech.
I guess it probably depends. Oh, wow. I guess it probably has more to do with the startup than anything else, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering if you're able to act at all. I'm not sure. We'll check it out later. But yeah, I do like.
Hit the left.
Yeah, I do like the ledge slip metagame. Like when you see somebody shielding on the corner of a platform, like how useful is that versus shielding the center? Because shield drop is such a powerful mechanic, like a lot, especially with Crag. you know, the ability to utilize that shield drop to get it out of a lot of situations and just utilize the platforms aggressively with positioning. Double rock down throw, not going to get the stock. Cheesy has been looking so good in the corner. Got that earlier stock with a slick little ledge grab, but now the down strong off the top, not going to be enough.
And I feel like at these percents, though, really what you're trying to do more than anything else is just kind of harass the Maple. Like, if you can get them off stage, they're going to trade on their way back in. It's very rare that they come back clean when they're in disadvantage. So when you're up like this and you're playing a much heavier character, you know, you're willing to kind of scrap a little bit in the corner and just kind of take what you can get.
Yep, and trying to utilize that rock out throw and into the grab. And Cheesy is going crazy with it, but so is Enbad, who's not afraid to go out there and get his hands dirty against Cheesy.
And has almost leveled this back out, too. I mean, we're within a couple percentage points here. It just really kind of comes down to how they use this wrap, I feel like.
And, yeah, I mean, at any point, could be it. Utilizing that mark to get the neutral air up the top, but a little bit of a misstep, and Cheesy is going to punish that as hard as you possibly can. Okay, we got a little pickup here. That's the mistech on the block and the nair off the side, trying to go for a little bit of a mix-up with the DI. If you hold up there, you're not going to get, you're not going to die off the top.
I was playing with a Maple earlier today, and they were telling me about how much more difficult it is to kill off the top with Tether in this game comparatively.
Yeah,
it's a side finisher for sure. And I don't even think that Tether was necessary. I think she just died from the dash.
Just straight up died. But I mean, if the DI was a little bit better, it might not have killed. So makes sense going for it. Oof. Oh yeah, I like that usage of the up strong, trying to cover the side, but still able to fight out of this position is Enbad, and is going to get the tech on the rock, which is actually huge. And now Cheesy has Lily in between.
It's almost like Cheesy is camping Lily at that point.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, and double spot dodge gets the grab. This could be it, Brosa.
This is going to be a tricky one. I mean, we're starting to get to those percents. I still feel like Cheesy's pretty comfortable right here, but it really just kind of, like, when you have this advantage state, right? When you have the mark on you like that, just little
forward air.
Little things.
Yeah, Cheesy went for the DI in on that forward air, opting to try to stay close to the stage just in case. But back throw, Tether, neutral air, not have to take the stock. Oh, it's so close. A forward tilt could have done it, but this time the down strong is going to come in, slams the ground. High game, says Cheesy.
So, from your opinion, obviously, I want to really pick your brain here as somebody that has already kind of established themselves in the new game and the new meta. This matchup was not very good at this one. It was a hard time for Craig.
Yeah.
Now, bigger character model, you'd think that it would be a little bit harder. What is Cheesy doing to kind of put herself in this situation to be up now, or trying to put herself up 2-1 in the stock?
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup that, like a lot of others in Rivals 2, is about the punish game. Both these characters have such brutal punish games on each other, and the real goal is to make sure that you're just hitting your opponent harder. Like, Cheesy has been getting these kills in situations where, like, we've seen Enbad at low percents, not necessarily at kill percents traditionally, and Cheesy's gotten a lot of stocks in those situations where it's, you know, a lot. It's just a low percent. It's just something that you can find an edge guard. You can find a down strong that's charged for a whole second and a half.
Spot dodge reuse, and all spot dodge reuse.
Yeah, and that's just, I believe, what makes the matchup a lot different. Is, you know, as Crag, you have the ability to hit just as hard as Maple. And another thing that I think will be interesting to see is if we see the chain grab. Yeah, the up air neutral B chain grab is something that we haven't seen Cheesy pull out much, but it also hasn't gotten the command grab at the low percents just yet.
And so for those unfamiliar, I mean, that's just going to be using your special pummel grab.
So special, like neutral special.
Gotcha.
So you can get like a neutral special into a, oh my god, a forward strike.
Oh, the camera.
Oh no.
Shout out to production. Beautiful shot of Enbad reacting to that from Cheesy.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you go neutral special, up throw, up air, neutral special regrab in the air. Gotcha. And you can do that like 3 or 4 times. It does like 70%. But we haven't seen it out just yet. If we see ZB versus Switch, which will be the same matchup, I do expect to see it in that one. But yeah, that's a huge deal. Just like the punish game is so on point for NBAT as well, though. I mean, it feels like every time she's getting hit, she's just taking 1,000,000%, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the kills are coming quite as quickly.
It's one of those things where it's 1,000,000% or it's a finisher that just NBAT is just not expecting. We've seen a couple forward smashes. We've seen a couple down smashes. It's just one of those things where it's almost like a timing mix-up than anything else at this point, and she's just been winning them.
Yep, and huge combo here from NBAT. But the thing is, like, you can deal all the damage to Krag you want. If you aren't getting the finishing blow, it does not matter. Up air, goes for the double fair, and that is going to get the stock. I really like that mix-up, not going for the up air off the top. I've heard from some people that the up air confirms are like a little bit fake. You know, if you go for up air, tether up air, you can just hold up to get away from it.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would explain the complaints I was hearing earlier. You know, you have to kind of, you got to work with your game. You know, Maple's got a lot of good things going for her. It's definitely one of those characters where I won't hear people cry about she's bad, because she's not. You don't see a ton of representation for her right now. That's for sure. But at the same time, this character is capable of some really gross stuff.
Yep. Forward air off the side, and I like Cheesy approaching the ledge with the back turn, utilizing that back air, making sure that she has that big, meaty hitbox to contest with the ledge trapping that NBAT has been doing. A lot of just like these down tilts and forward tilts at the ledge to make sure that Cheesy is not able to get back to stage for free, but another up air. Cheesy is in such a good spot right now, and we've seen her kill at this percent so many times. What do you think, bro? So are we going to see another down strong?
I mean, it's so close right now. It's going to be a down strong, just not the one we expected.
And there it is. Does get the stock, a little bit of bad DI, but it's hard to react to down strong a lot of times. It's just such a fast move. The DI you have to hit is not always there.
And I mean, you also factor in the fact you have to consider the fact of how big Krag is. There is a chance in this situation where Krag would actually get pushed behind Maple in that scenario, so you could even get your DI mixed up entirely, just given on position on that platform.
Yeah, you could be on the wrong side and DIing the wrong way. It's very possible. And Maples will do that too. They'll wrap you and then they'll baby dash through you, and it's like sort of ambiguous which side of you they're on. And then go for the down strong. You're like, which way did I get hit? I don't know.
Easy pick up there. See, I like these plats for both these players, but especially for Krag. Just how much space he takes up whenever he gets that set up on those platforms there. Super easy to kind of get those up tilt continuations.
Yep. And oh, here it is though. Up air into double back air. Really like to pick up another forward air, but wow, the DI in. And Cheesy's gonna wait super long, make sure able to get the throw as low as possible. It's still not worried about it. NBAT is doing such a good job of getting out of these corners, getting out of these situations where it feels like Cheesy should have the checkmate, but it's not been enough so far. Double ledge refresh into the down air. Not gonna work out, but the forward air destroys the platform. Cheesy is able to grab the ledge, but a parry into a down strong wrap. Down strong once again, not enough to get the stock here though, Brosa.
It is not quite as strong as I think it is. I see him come off at 135. I was like, oh, that's gonna purple, that's gonna kill. And it takes a whole other down strong before that stock finishes off.
Yeah, 145 being the percent at the corner, it looks like, for Godai to get the purple. And a little aggressive lily plant there as Cheesy takes advantage of that, sends NBAT off stage, and now these up airs though are looking so good for NBAT.
And even the percentages here too. I mean, Cheesy is definitely in a position where she can get a stock. I did not expect that to kill. I was going to say that she's going to have to win neutral again, but then nope, just off the top we go.
Cheesy is now killed with all of her strong attacks in this set. You'll love to see it.
Buttons are being pushed.
Oh yeah. No tech on the wall, and smack air, such a bad spot for Cheesy, able to get the side B onto the platform, so not a position that NBAT can get this kill, and she is just doing such a good job of staying out of these bad situations. And oh, I think that was a little misstep. Meant to use the down special, but a great parry on. Oh, wow. These just things are flying so fast left and right here, bros. At any point, it feels like a stock could explode on either side.
And it's one of those things where it's slowly creeping back. I like Cheesy DIing off the platform there, get away from the tech traps. Just a quick spot dodge. Oh, damn it.
Up strong? Yeah, weak hit, though.
Just the catapult hitbox, not the actual hard one.
Oh, and a little bit misspacing there actually ended up working out for Cheesy, who would have gotten parried if it was the right spacing, and now she's trying to come out of the corner here. And utilizing that rocket so good, but a pickup with the neutral special, and not enough.
All you're doing is really just switching spots there. You take over on the ledge pressure, gonna come back off stage. Nice up there from Cheesy.
And awareness to tech that down air. Still had the pillar on lock and the double distance on that. And it looks like this is going to be Cheesy still making it back somehow. I thought that was going to be Nbad. But no, Nbad returning it, no problem. Gets the stock with that down strong and a little bit of Lily's already planted.
For sure. I mean, both characters were off the visible screen in the blast zone, and then out of nowhere, up comes Crag from the depths, and you're just like, wait,
how did Crag get out of that alive? Come on.
What are you doing back up here?
Man, these beetles, you do what you can, but they're like roaches. You can't get rid of them.
Infestation, my man. Ooh, big damage.
Oh, no pillar. Still, though, able to get out of that spot. Tech giving back your wall jump. Such a huge advantage there for Cheesy, and now gets the pickup.
Trying to end it. What's the move?
Oh, I love the cancel. Oh, that's so sick. I know it only does like an extra 4% or whatever, but it's so cool.
I need him to finish this. That's what I need. Nbad.
I think Nbad might have it
for the upset.
Went for the double fair, and that is going to be it. The tether up, and the double dip down. Nbad takes out Cheesy.
Much more reserved pop off this time. Still very, very excited, clearly. What a run.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why you go to tournaments.
True.
Stops over, looks at the bracket on our team.
He's like, who I got next? All right.
Just nods over at it.
We got this.
Production, cut back to me. I need to explain this for those at home. This is crazy to see. So off to the side here, we have TO Tower. And then in front of them is a huge screen TV for everybody to see what's going on next. Keep an eye of everything's going over there. So comes over, finishes the set, stops the pop-off, shakes hands, walks over, sternly looks over at the TV and just goes,
game or not?
Game or not. We're in here. Locked in for top 8. Because not only are you here to win the first Rivals 2 at Heatwave, first official Rivals 2 anyways. I mean, we had a bracket last year, and it was a great time, but it wasn't on the same caliber we have today.
That was like the first one, right?
Yes.
The first Rivals 2 bracket, period.
Yes, it was something thrown together. It was like a little bit of an invitational because we couldn't have everybody involved with it.
Yep.
And I want to say Dan won that, so you know it's cursed. But at the same time, we actually have an official, and Cake's just as surprised as I was that Dan won if he saw that facial expression. But we have our first official tournament here at Heatwave, and it is, you mentioned earlier the celebration of Rivals players, but it is really kind of this coming together moment. This is the family reunion. You know, you have Genesis as our big event, but this is where everybody kind of comes in and just make sure to say hello on their way in. It's really great to be a part of this. I'm really excited. You know, you can look through the crowd here and see a ton of familiar faces. CD over the shoulder there, Penguin over the shoulder, HKP over there as well. What is Sparks' new tag?
Oh, I don't remember.
Sparks is back there. Forgive me. Pikmon has had a run.
Yeah.
Pikmon's been on a run.
Pikmon's been, I feel like one of those, like, up-and-coming players. We have a few people who are, like, you know, you don't know them as well from previous games. You know, they don't have quite that storied legacy as somebody, obviously, like Cake Assault. But they're coming in and they're just grinding this game. You know, they're showing off. They are a name to be recognized, and I feel like Pikmon is one of those people who is putting his name on the map and really showing off this what Forsberg can do.
Yeah, and I mean, just the classic Claren t-shirt. I want to say that thing is probably, and at least the design, I don't know if his shirt is, but that design is, I want to say 7 or 8 years old at this point. That was like right around Genesis 5.
Yeah.
Was when that came out. That's when I started playing the game. And it's super sick to see. And this is, you know, Cake Assault's old main, trying to remind him of what his past love is. You know, Fleet in this game is a lot easier for him, and he's really enjoyed the character so far. I had a chance to sit down and chat with him before this top 8. And one of the things I was curious about was like, man, Rivals 1, Rivals 2, you know, where's your mind at? Where's your heart at? Where's your drive at? And, and all 3 of them was for Rivals 2. He loves the game, has a fantastic time with it, and this is his one and only focus right now.
Oh, and unfortunately, the cloud gets taken away. Pikmon wanted to try to get back to that, but on Cake, a step ahead, and is able to get that.
If there's a player that's going to be able to circumvent Forsburn's mix-ups and recoveries to come back to stage.
Oh yeah,
It's going to be big. Not to mention the tools that Fleet already has, but you don't have somebody that's more familiar with this character than Mr. Alex Strobel.
Absolutely. Here, no, such a terrible spot to be in.
Getting knocked out of that side B is so tough.
Yeah, the startup just long enough that Cake can get in that position, and it is just a devastating proposition to be off the stage versus this man who already picking up, almost gets that reverse back air, just barely able to DI out of that as Pikmin. But I don't know, Pikmin looks like his work is certainly cut out for him.
Oh, good full hop over that.
Yeah, and once again, these arrows just hitting so well. And up air, yeah, off the top.
Doesn't even need the up strong.
All right, I didn't want to say it, but I got to say that I hope Pikmin can do better than Cake's previous opponent, who, okay, we're already off to a better start. Got a stock. Cake had previously 3-0, 3 stocked both opponents, I believe, in top 32. So absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I was talking to him and Penguin both before this top 8 started, and you're looking at different game, right?
Yeah.
This is not Rivals 1. This is a different era. This is a different mechanic, everything in here. Not much to talk about there. Cake played really well, and unfortunately Pikmin made some mistakes and led to Cake winning that pretty convincingly.
Yep.
But, I was talking to him about new challengers, new rivals. And in his mind right now, the biggest thing is the PM players.
Yeah.
Your Stango, your Boyko, your Switch, who's here today with us and is waiting on the other side of Winter Sands to play ZB.
Yep.
So I'm actually really interested to see if we get that matchup. I want to see new challengers.
Yeah.
Cake. Because we've seen ZB play Cake really well. ZB win sets against Cake as well. We've seen Penguin do really well against Cake and win sets against Cake. It didn't happen today in Rivals 1, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen in Rivals 2. ZB and Switch have to play to see who plays in Winners Finals, but I don't want to say that Cake is a tier above the players that are here today, but he's playing like it right now.
Right.
So I'm very excited to see how this kind of goes and who can make him sweat a little bit. That's what I like to see is if you're going to have these top elite players, I want them playing at their top.
Right. And the onus is really on everyone else, right? Cake is, sort of the de facto at the moment. If nothing changes, Cake will win this tournament.
Correct.
We have to see who can stop him. It's definitely a matter of that. And Pikmin is having such a rough time off stage. Pikmin is like I said, Pikmin, you're looking for these top P+ players, top PM players. Pikmin's one of them. Pikmin's been on that P+ grind for a long time, and now this might be his chance to show off in Rivals 2 to a broader audience what he can do.
And that's such a big thing for the P+ community too. I'm really happy for some of these players to have main stage moments now.
Yeah.
I've heard
they've got a legal game, man.
Yeah, I've heard these conversations where people are excited to be able to be in front of a big crowd and have in this case it's a smaller venue and a more more cozy affair, but when you think about Genesis coming up, right?
Oh yeah.
You think about playing in front of in the arena you don't get that opportunity playing P+, unfortunately, and it's a shame too because it's an elite level amount of players. It's a great skill cap as far as gameplay goes. It's
and you can clearly see that the people from that game, they've got talent. Some people like to discount them. They're saying, oh, if the top Melee players went in there, they would be top whatever within weeks. And I'm like, all right, let's see it. Let's see it. And now,
Jet,
an open playing field for everyone. Oh,
not just an open playing field, but a stock taken. First one we've seen of those in a while from Cake. So Pikmin moving closer and closer at the very least.
Oh yeah,
keeping this competitive.
But this is such a tough spot to be in this corner. Finally able to get out of that, and I like that usage of the clone spawn into the aerial. That's one of the great mix-ups that you can do for Forsburn, but it's just it's not quite enough to get out of this position. You need to get something more, and already getting that cape in, but not a follow-up. Cake well aware of how to counterplay that, and the instant nair out of shield to punish that up B, and nair, you hold in a little bit on that forward air, and it's just curtains in the corner. against Keikasol.
Well, so Cake had also cleared out that smoke at the bottom there. Goes for the down air to clear out the smoke clouds below him, because obviously Forrest has the opportunity to up B into that and to act out of it immediately.
Yep.
Because he clears that out, Pikmon has to DI in, and with that leads to that stock finish there.
Yep, great forethought from Cake. Not just playing at the first level, always aware of the resources that his enemy has. And one of the things I saw when Cake was playing against Gengar earlier, and he was talking about how basically every single time you're in a position versus Cake, it feels like he's covering so much in the neutral, not just an advantage, but like in the neutral, your options feel suffocated. Right now, Pikmon gets a pickup and does get that down strong. Not enough to get the kill just yet. I'm wondering if we can see the classic upkeep into down strong. I don't know if that's in this game, but I know it's a big thing against floaties in Rivals 1. And went for the suck up, but I'm not sure what the plan was with that.
Maybe use the wide smoke cloud to up B through it, because you can act out of it when you do it in the smoke, but
yeah,
just with that low, you have such little margins of error. And, you know, Cake is living up to the in-game tag. Are you familiar with the backstory?
What is the backstory? Please tell me.
It's OS, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an operating system.
Yes.
When Cake is playing at a top level, it's a computer.
He's a computer. Yeah.
There is nothing that you can be done. It's been programmed out. It's Big Blue. It's chess, right?
Everything's calculated. Yeah.
And it's, you know, Pikmin played super, super well in that. Wasn't any mistakes. Wasn't really any kind of missteps outside of maybe the last stock there. Maybe that was Cake putting him in that position as well. But doing all that to almost take a game is frustrating for him.
Yeah.
So not something that is going to stop him from trying his hardest in 3. But you gotta really think about on the fly how you're going to change things just to put a point on the board.
Yeah, I mean, and already though, Pikmon is in the lead in this game. I mean, it's a matter of getting that stock is the biggest important part here. But I mean, already 114%. But the moment you misstep, the moment you find one hit for Cake, it could be disaster. Although goes for a grab and still same pressure on shield, and the up strong though, close hitbox. Seems like Cake is going to be able to find this no problemo, but I mean, still just one upcape away from securing that stock. We went for the forward cape, and it's not going to connect into the dagger.
Not as consistently, unfortunately. It's something that you can use it in a lot of different utility situations, but if you're relying it solely for the forward smash, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
But once again, though, you made a small misstep in the corner, and Keikasol is going to make you pay. Oh, this computerized operating system, I think it has reached its final conclusion that the game is Keikasol's.
Gonna go ahead and, man, it's so tough. You do all that, still slips back on the stage, now gets the neutral back to the stage with the tornado assist. But the down air is going to finish off this first stock.
Yeah, I mean, it is something. And we saw that Pikmon did have a lead at the beginning, but I think just the efficiency of stock taking from Keikasol has been the biggest differentiating factor in this set so far. Just once again, I like he's going for the B reverse into the back air, but it wasn't enough to get it. It's a little too slow. Now, though, Pikmon with a back air. Sets up, has the combust now though. Down air, hits the sweet spot. Never mind, maybe there's a chance here. Pikmon with the fully charged up into the down strong and tries to get the tech chase, but suddenly Keikasol is acting out of it. And now, bro, so anything could happen. The combust is still online.
I was going to wonder, was he going to use Super Clone? Was he going to use the combust naturally? Might have to burn it for the smoke here.
No, I think it's going to be a combust or nothing in this spot. You want to be able to get the stock. This is the last stock of the game, but no, the Super Cloak comes out and is immediately disrupted by Cake. Oh, what a bad spot to be in.
Still fighting, though. I mean, almost brought this back down to there.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the back end of the downer. That's what we saw in the last stock, but this time, Pikmon was not going for it. And the clone is bursted, but once again, the forward cape not going to combo into anything. Up cape, it's floor hug this time, and that is going to be it. The floor hug just so enough to save Keikasol. And Pikmon almost takes a game, closest we've seen this tournament so far.
Yeah, it's died there a little bit during that set.
That happens, man. That's why we got the extra water here.
Oh my god. We're back.
We're back. We're alive. Unfortunately, Pigmon is not. Oh, still in bracket though. Pigmon down there in that losers bracket, and we got the tag switched up a little bit. I'm Jed the Janky God. This is Brosa. Hope you're having a good time so far here at Heatwave number 7. This is, I feel like, the biggest, showing of Rivals 2 that we've had so far since the game's launched. Like, this is the big, this is where everyone in the Rivals community has been like, all right, this is the event that we care about. And there's so much on the line here too. It isn't just this tournament. There's also the Road to Plat Fight and the LACS.
Right.
So both of those things, the winner of this tournament is going to get flown out to 2 events that are already stacked and ready to go.
Keep in mind, though, this really is going to come down to, I feel like more than anything, who gets second.
Well,
Kakasol is already invited to the LACS.
True.
Now, he will still get the voucher for the
Plat Fight?
For Plat Fight if he continues this route and wins. However, second place will now be invited.
Well, I mean, not necessarily.
I believe Switch.
If somebody beats both of them, it could be first place.
True.
Yeah.
True. Would you like to bet on that situation happening? I'll give you the field. I'll give you the field.
I'm going to not take that bet as a smart man. As a smart man, I will not be taking the field versus Kakasol for the moment, but there is a chance. And oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. We were talking earlier about the Switch Maple, but obviously he has been playing mostly Zetter recently.
I wasn't going to question that at the moment because we were mid-game, but I was like, I don't know if we're getting the Zetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I've been watching his stream a little bit, and he's been playing almost exclusively Zetter at this point. Hasn't been enjoying how Maple feels at the top level.
Right.
I mean, I think it's one of those things where a lot of the stuff that works on the lower mid-level players just doesn't quite work at the top level, and you have to play the game in a way that he doesn't really want to play it. He wants to be able to run at people and hit buttons. He wants to be able to utilize his decades of experience as a spacey running at people to know exactly how to make that aggression work out.
Well, I have great news for him. If he wanted to have a top 8 matchup where he can run and push buttons, Zachary Benson will oblige him.
Oh, yeah.
Super aggressive, constantly pushing buttons in your face. Who's going to have the better buttons? Who's going to have the better optimization here? Right now, it's Switch.
Yeah, I mean, Switch a little bit behind percent-wise, but the buttons have been working out for him, and already I love that confirmed their utilization of the Nair Shard Break to get a fair follow-up, and that's one of the things a lot of people will do as an autopilot in that spot. You just utilize the down B, get your jump back. It's very hard to contest, but the shards, they will go through anything, and the double forward air.
Another stock.
Oh, you held it a little too much there, homie. Oh no. All right, I was going to say, if that up tilt connected, that could have been absolute disaster for Switch.
Of course, CB, your Genesis 11? Genesis 10?
Genesis 10. Yeah, Genesis X.
He won the Rivals 2 event that took place there.
Yes.
And has continued to play super well in online and outings, or in-person outings so far. Trying to continue this here, and with a quick
Christ. Just an absolute murder there.
26.
Every single time, it felt like Switch had no options. There was just one hit led into 5 more, and there was just a forward air train to come into station, get the stock, and Switch had nowhere to go.
I mean, that is the life of the
Spacey,
right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there is some counterplay that could be employed, right? It's difficult to DI out against Crag forward air, just considering how beefy of a move it is, how much damage it does, and how far it sends. But in those situations where you're DIing in, it can cause it to just combo into more of them. And CB taking full advantage of opponent's lapse in judgment on DI, and yeah, just obliterating those stocks super early. We are back though to Hodojo, and CB already picking up a couple extra hits. A little bit of a pity flip in through there to get out of that situation. And
what's your thought about the immediate run back, right?
I mean, I don't think it was the stage. Like, this is a perfectly valid stage in this matchup. One of the things I'm always interested in is when somebody goes back to the stage that you struck to, because that means there's a bunch of stages that your opponent banned that might have been better. But I think it's just a mentality thing. It's like, when you get beaten really, really bad on a stage, sometimes you just want to go back there. You just want to win on that stage to show that you can do it. But I don't know if ZB's gonna give Switch that chance.
ZB showing off his rock collection mid-match.
Oh yeah,
Just really, really doing well in this matchup. And every time that we think Switch has got his way in, has got it figured out, ZB gets an opening. You know, we were talking about the aggressiveness of ZB earlier. Has been ledge camping the daylights out of this left-hand side.
yeah. But 5 corners was that? I mean, just picks up the swipe. If at first you don't succeed, try again. But oh, huge opening, double down air, and is able to live. Oh, ZB with just a huge conversion. I mean, this is what happens when you get hit off stage as a spacey. Oh, trying to go for the special bubble.
Come on, ZB.
You knew he wanted so much more. Look at just ZB is hanging in the corner. He does not give a care at all. Oh man.
But Switch doing it. Doing his damnedest too.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy
Switch
center.
He's hitting so many buttons. He's moving so quickly. But the moment that you're in the hands of this beefy Beetle, it's just, there's nothing you can do. Oh, yeah, utilizing the hop there. I love that. So one of the things you can do in that situation is when you have the side B and you hit anything with it, you can immediately cancel out the jump. But, I mean, Switch there is able to answer back. And, yeah, so you can utilize the rock shards plus the hop off of the side B to just, you know, make it so difficult for you to edge guard them.
Jet, if he can make this back, and get into neutral, I keep adding qualifiers.
If he can land on the stage and get an attack. Okay, he has landed on the stage and got an attack, but
get on the stage and add on another about 60 to 70%.
Oh no, this is such a dangerous spot. Gets the nair, does not tech it, and luckily for him, Krag cannot cover out a lot of tech away options sometimes, where you're just too far away. He's just a little bit too slow, and huge trade there. If he had gotten hit by those spikes, ZB was definitely going to confirm off of it and get the kill.
This is the back air, still in a good position though.
Oh, okay. That was actually a potential kill. The upstrong there could have killed out of shield. Oh, big pickup, no tech on the platform, but the jab 3 and great cancel there. Gets out of that spot, and now he's got his hands on ZB.
What's going to be the finish here? Really, really needs to get him on up air higher.
It's for the forward air.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're calling out another move that would have killed him. That's
either way, you're getting the kill there. And great spot for ZB, up 2-0 against Switch. I actually watched this matchup a decent amount on Switch's stream a couple days ago. He was playing against Stango a lot on the, who's also done a switch to Krag. And yeah, this is it was looking pretty brutal on the side of Switch. He was having a tough time beating out the Stango Krag, but it definitely seems like he learned a lot from the matchup and has been employing it. And I mean, that game was so much closer than the first one there.
Oh man, I mean, first one blink it, you miss it. You don't even talk about it, right? You know, it's like in sports. You just you just burn the tape.
Oh no,
there's nothing to review on there. It's all over. Just go ahead and go on to the next game, and that's what Switch did. You know, very nearly was able to put himself in a position to win game 2. Has now gone to Hidojo now 3 straight games.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stage is fine. I actually also counterpick Zetters to Hodojo in this matchup, but it is a perfectly valid stage for Zetter. You just have so much ability to get, kills off the top with the up air chains, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like the advantage is quite leading Switch's way.
Just it's so tough because like you see the buttons that are getting pushed.
Oh yeah,
and he's down by now only 30%. Oh, he was down by like 60 or 70% too.
If he got strong fair, that would have killed. Unfortunately, got the weak one. But this pressure has been so good on CV's shield. CV has been forced into the corner so much, but back air out of shield. Sets up. And I'm loving these instant refreshes that ZB's doing. It's just a way to invincibly re-grab the ledge, utilizing that up B. But, oh, wow. Okay.
A little bit of sus the eye there at the end. It looks like ZB was in a pretty strong position and answers back immediately. So now we are 2 stocks apiece, 0-0 across the board, and ZB trying to close this out. Switch trying to make this a set.
Yeah, and once again, going for the special pummel. I'm wondering if we're going to see ZB going for, at the low percents, the regular pummel now that he's gone for special pummel twice in a row and it's been broken. All right.
8% every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's
take your damage.
It's damage, and then you just get a free regrab to low percents too. It's just like, it's great. I guess it's 0 against Setter. They can DI down and spot dodge the grab if you go for a regrab, but still, it's a great advantage spot to be in.
Smart there from Switch, just gets out of there. That's
Whenever CB is doing anything funky, you don't want to be in that spot with him.
right. Let that be a tech showcase. Do not be a part of it.
Yeah. And good awareness there. Switch to try to go for ZB's attack on the wall, but ZB actually just opts not to tag it. Makes him switch a little bit. Although the Upstrong, yeah, covers that roll away.
I was thinking forward throw there now that he finally had him on fire, but Upstrong on the platform easily gets the job done there. Yeah. Rolls into center, tries to control the space, and for the first time we've seen Switch with a pretty positive. Oh my god!
Oh no! Why did you do it to him? For Switch, he had something going for him, but not for long. Stevie though does get caught with a couple shines in the corner, but this is a huge up tilt and gets the grab once again. Went for the down air and the down special. Both of them are just working out so well. For ZB, although the crouch cancel into the shine does a great job of getting out of that pressure. The dash attack is handled, but okay. Yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to go for the back air off of that, and this could be a disaster. And
I don't think ZB never refreshed.
He did it. I think he was going to. He was trying to go for the wall jump, double jump fair after that back air, but I think the double jump was already used. So when he went for the fair, he just fell directly into the blast zone because it's like, you can't come back from this. And
nope, point on the board.
Yeah. Running it back to Odojo, the third time's the charm.
Yeah, listen, first you don't succeed.
Try again.
Now, where is ZB going to go? That's what I want to see. He hovered over Barbarian for a second, and I was like, man, that is a ZB stage if I've ever seen one.
That stage is certainly banned. There's no way Hyperborean's not banned. Yeah, okay, Switch, sane person bans Hyperborean Harbor, and we are going to be on the capital of fire. So this is kind of home field for Zetterburn, but Loxodon being the one in charge right now.
Bad timeline, man.
It is a bad timeline. But will be a good timeline for Switch, who is cooking a little bit on this stage so far.
So here's what I've been seeing as this set has kind of progressed. We've seen Switch be in better neutral situations and getting more neutral wins importantly.
Yep.
So that's what I think is kind of interesting about this stage, is because that is what the stage is about. Wider blast zones, higher ceilings, lower floors. This is about winning neutral.
Sure.
And ZB's betting on this because he's cracked, right? And he thinks he's going to win these neutral exchanges too, of course. But he's a bigger character, he's going to live longer, all that stuff. Which has been outplaying him to an extent, like the last stock and a half, I feel like. So, oh boy. It really just kind of comes down to, I feel like, who takes this first stock importantly.
Yeah.
Who builds that lead, if there is one to be built at all.
I mean, yeah, playing in center stage on the stage gives you so much time to just, like, if you're ahead, run away with a lead a little bit, because it's so hard to actually just raw get the kills.
Right.
A lot of the kills on the stage come from either edge guarding or your opponent being at 10 billion%. And right now, we're trending towards the 10 billion% category for both of these players.
Getting very close.
Yeah, but the normal thing which has been happening for ZB is ZB has been getting kills based off of an edge guard, right? So he's been getting a double fair off stage, which sets up for an edge guard, and that is another way to get the kill. Yeah, the fastball back air into the wall jump forward air. That's something that we've seen ZB going for a lot. First time he's hit it this set though.
And it's crazy to think that first stock took as long as the first game.
It's
in this
true.
set.
Just but if you look, like, you can fit 2 or 3 Hodojos on Fire Capital, right? Like, you just stack them up left and right. And even though the first stock has fallen, I mean, the next one, it feels like ZB has taken so much percent on this one. Great neutral air. Does not have pillar just yet, but doesn't matter. Manages to use that side B cancel. Pillarless straight back stage and already racking up a ton of percent on Switch, who is just eating massive percents, but then hits it right back as his hands are on ZB, and he's been getting the good hits, not the bad ones.
That's what I've been saying, man. I mean, it's just these little things that are starting to add up to the Switch. I mean, this is player adaptation. This is somebody, really both of them have got years and years and years of experience, but Switch across multiple games, and and has an opportunity to kind of re-establish himself in a new community too, which we're thrilled to have.
And going for the downer instead of the forward air. Really interesting choice there from ZB. I think the forward air wouldn't have quite killed, so wanted an opportunity for a little bit easier edge guard. But it's not going to work out, and now ZB's the one in the corner. Switch, though, does get reversaled on, and the forward air takes that next stock.
It's a nice thing sometimes, right, where you just have that forward air from Crag to be able to take that stock at, you know,
Yep.
a high %.
Eventually it will kill, right? Like, eventually you're going to land a forward air, and eventually it's going to kill. Oh, but very nice pickup. Once again, seems like Switch has been doing such a good job of fighting in the corner and just making sure that ZB is not able to get back to that center stage for free here, Rosa.
The big thing we've been seeing is that, you know, Switch is getting those initial hits, and ZB has this phenomenal, Jesus, combo DI. You know, it's more focused on, all right, you get that first hit, and then I'm out of there. There's no way you're
down air?
the last hit that finishes everything. Goes for the up down there. I don't know, though. 159%. It's tough to say if up air might have been more effective there.
Yeah, ZB utilizing that rock to just get out of the corner safely. So good at finding his openings and almost gets the kill off that rock, but a forward air sends ZB way off stage. 180. Does get that up air.
It gets back for free.
Oh, the rock is so good at doing that. Floor hugs that. The neutral air gets out of that spot. And fighting against ZB with a rock in hand is so scary.
Being above ZB, being next to ZB with a rock. Like, there's so many choices you can make in these situations, and so many of them are the wrong ones. Switch somehow has checked every box right.
Oh, but that evasion from ZB in the corner, and ZB does have the pillar, does manage to get out of the spot. I mean, any forward air in the corner could be curtains. But we get picked up with that fireball just catching the regrab. Switch has just been choosing his interactions so carefully. There was one mistake that he made in the corner where ZB was wavelanding off the platform over and over again to utilize that forward air and just take space with it. That time, Switch just was like, all right, I know he's going to have to go down for this rock eventually. He wants the rock. Found the fireball in air where you can't floor hug it, where you can't do anything about it, and gets the combo with the forward air. Love that positioning from Switch. Great awareness. And now we are in for our first game 5, I believe.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, we saw what we thought was going to be the way this set was going to go when we saw game 1. It was bad. It was ugly. And Switch was just like, no, I got this. So now it's ZB's turn. Can ZB respond appropriately? You know, where's the mind at? Can you kind of figure out these little things that Switch is doing? That's a big way to do it.
And that's how he won Genesis right there.
It was a little more broken at the time.
Yep.
But now ZB getting a little flustered. You see the player cam down there. You see the reaction. Something happened with the controller. Didn't do what he wanted it to do, but Switch playing through it.
Yeah, there was a spot there where he could have gone for a back air off to the wall jump to stop Switch from hugging the ledge.
Right.
But just didn't go for it, and then just ended up not going high enough. But, I mean, it's not going to matter, apparently. If you find a down special, that move, the Elden Ring, as he likes to call it,
right,
such just a crazy kill move at those median percents.
And you go, why is it the Elden Ring? Because that's what ZB called it.
No, I have a pretty good idea. It makes sense. It's like sometimes a big enemy will be swinging their giant sword at you, and it's like you have so much time to react to it, but sometimes you still get hit.
Fair.
Because it takes so long to come out. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna avoid. Oh, I died. How did I get hit by that?
I feel really dumb by getting hit by this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I view it as. I could be wrong, but maybe ZB will tell us.
I dig that. That's a lot better than just that's what ZB called it.
Yeah, but okay, neutral air and goes for the Elden Ring once again, but no tech.
Kills himself in the process, I think. No,
he's fine.
All the way back.
Yeah.
You have full confidence.
Oh, yeah. There's no chance he was dead. He was picking up a rock down there. He's getting extra resources. He's mining. That's some Steve moments right there.
Oh,
Back air into down air, going for a little bit more of a reset, trying to get extra percent out of it, but that wasn't true.
I doubt it got picked up, but CB just lets out a what when that down air missed.
That's classic ZB.
He knew.
ZB is so animated. I feel like every time I watch him play, when he was playing Rivals 1 earlier, it was so funny. He was like, how did I not know that? I should know that. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but it was very funny. Oh no, it's something hitting ledge. Sorry, something hitting the platform, but yeah. All right, down tilt.
And big back air here. Yep.
Yeah.
That's years of practice doing that, right?
Yup.
You think about it, they're like, all right, I've been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years now. I know how to beat out Zetter down B.
True. Switch. Every time Switch goes the tiniest bit off stage, I hold my breath a little bit. This is the final stock of the game, final stock of the set, and it could be all over right now. ZB,
what an angle!
Switch never misses those. Switch never misses those either, and now last stock. Oh man.
Is ZB inevitable? That's the question here. Is there free will?
I don't know right now though. ZB misses. Oh, and this is the big opportunity for Switch. He gets a couple hits on shield, and now ZB is in the corner utilizing that ledge invincibility, getting out of there with the forward air. And once again, these wavelands misses up a little bit, and this could be everything. This could be the whole set.
There's that combo DI that gets the hell out of dodge, but takes more damage. Oh my goodness.
Going for the floor hug on the neutral air. Not enough.
The space between these two guys.
Oh, 3 hits with the rock, and the 4th one. That is the achievement combo, and that is the inevitability of ZB. There is no free will. There is nothing
but ZB.
Nothing but ZB. Nothing but rocks.
And the two of them, they dap up, they hug after the set. They knew that was a banger.
Yeah.
They knew they put on for y'all at home, and listen, I wanted to see Cake Switch. I've seen Cake ZB a few times.
Yeah.
And we've seen Cake versus Crag already today. And it did not go well for the Crag.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll see something different at least.
ZB is more attuned to that matchup, I feel like. Oh. I'm not saying that.
You could be ashamed of yourself.
Twitch chat, I know what you just said, and you need a...
Listen, you tickled Doughboy at the very least.
Yeah. Production's having a giggle. They're having a giggle at your stuff, Twitch chat.
Do better. That joke was dead the first day it happened. Do better.
All right. I believe that is going to be our last winner semis, and now we're going to
we're in top 6.
Top 6? Yeah.
2 more have been cut out. I already see Pikmon and Squanto taking the stage. Peter versus Carson, and a little bit more of that P plus PM versus Rivals 1 kind of continuity here.
I love those storylines.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when Melee gets thrown in the mix too. Yeah. It's nice. I think that next weekend at Dome Park in the Grass, there's going to be a lot of just like
Dome Park's going to be so sick.
There's going to be Melee, and there's going to be PM, and there's going to be Ultimate, and there's going to be Rivals 1 all together as one big happy family.
And just like today, a spot for the LACS event on the line.
True.
Just like today, a spot at Flatfight Championship on the line.
And just like today, I will be commentating the top 4.
Sick.
Yeah, very excited.
And, Wisely?
No, actually, me and Stude. Stude's going to be doing it with me. I'm a huge Stude fan, so I'm very excited. This is my first time.
Getting prepped in. Like, he's obviously another foot taller than me.
Bro, he's so huge. It's like the first time I saw him, I was like, I was not ready for how large he was going to be.
I get it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I first time I saw him, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we've been together for 15 years now. Certified wife guy.
Let's go.
But one of the reasons why we got together is she was, man, you're so much taller than me. And I was just like, thanks. I didn't really do anything, but cool. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You want to get married?
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much. That's all I want. No, she's back at home with the animals in Florida. Shout out to Carolina, taking care of the house, keeping holding things down while I'm out here goofing way the hell off instead of, getting chores done around the house. But, yeah, you only live once. We're out here.
That's true.
She's like,
maybe I'll be as lucky as her and get a very tall man to be my wife.
There you go.
Maybe.
There you go. You gotta, well, see, I mean, that's what you do is you get a super tall commentator.
Yeah.
And then you just always feel like we're not that much of a height difference sitting down.
Yeah, sitting down is not too bad.
But it's really funny to me because everybody else that I do commentary with in Rivals is like 5'6" and shorter.
Oh no.
You got Jackie, you've got G-Pick, you've got Wisely.
Yep.
And I love them all to death.
But they short.
They need the apple box.
The apple box.
Sit down next to each other.
I love just the picture of a commentator standing on a box next to another commentator. That is just my favorite thing every time. Yeah, that's Dara. Yeah.
I know that picture well. There's also a really great one of, gosh, it was Wobbles and Stewed at a Melee event.
Oh my god.
I want to say it was one of the HGC events in Texas. And holy shit, the height difference.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tall, right? I know I'm big. But when I stand next to Stewed, I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like. So shout out to Stewed. Doesn't get to make it out to a ton of stuff, and that's super sick that he's doing more rival stuff. You know, did the first top 8 at Genesis. It was him, TK, and Dan.
Yeah,
really held it down out there, and you know, it's not just the players that we have crossover with, right?
Yep.
You know, this is the DC Marvel storyline. You know, you have Rivals commentators.
The worlds collide. Everyone is here.
Melee commentators, and it's super sick to see. But speaking of super sick, this is our first Losers Quarterfinals. Pikmon versus Squanto. Rano versus Forsberg.
Yeah, and both of these characters I feel like have, I mean, maybe it's just everybody in the cast at this point, but the punish game from these characters I always see as like some of the best. You know, just the ability to fair and up air chain all the way across the stage for Forsburn, and then obviously, you know, Squanto, Rando needs no introduction. We saw what he could do in that previous set versus Omar, and I just want to see, like, these two guys beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, this is a welterweight fight. This is not going to be individual knockouts. We are going to be swinging here in this.
Yeah, and gets that tech chase, gets the regrab, gonna bear the clone, but still has enough time to set up for the ledge trap. However, it's always a risk when you try to hit them out of that clone spawn. You're gonna get the wrong one.
Have been deceived.
Oh, I love the line. It's such a good line. Oh, deceived again.
Spot is so good right now in this game, and you know, you really see it there where you just kind of come down with it and just say, all right, I'm getting out of this, and then I'm taking the stock. But Squanto right back 0-0 here in stock 2 now in game 1.
One thing it's a little interesting is the utilization of the resource for Pikmon. Like, has only opt to use Combust. I think I've not seen Super Clone. I think I saw one Smoke Cloud. Oh my god, never mind. Man, Squanto didn't even let me talk about that, man. He just got that stock, no problem.
So we did see Super Clone in some earlier sets.
Yeah.
What we've seen so far was him versus Cake in top 8.
Yeah.
And there really wasn't much of a chance to use really any Combust.
I think that was the one time he had to charge. Did not get to spend it.
But Squanto also trying to be in a similar position here. Doesn't even allow him to put smoke on the stage to inhale.
Yeah, man, these reverse bears have been just setting up the correct positioning, the correct angles to get a strong attack follow-up, and it's been so devastating so far. Yeah, here's another one. Reverse bear into fair. You'd love to see it. I mean, that's the Sheik, like the PM/melee Sheik confirmed that's been around forever. You're like, oh, you're going to keep DIing in? Let me just reverse bear you a couple more times. I'm going to get even more damage. You're going to be further off stage, and my confirms are just going to work even better.
Yeah, I was going to mention the situational awareness there from Squanto, because obviously down tilt fair is the be-all, end-all for a lot of situations for Rano, but definitely saw that Pikmin had prepared for that and opted to throw in that weak back air there instead. And really, really smart stuff there. You know, a lesser player would have gone for the fair and probably either gotten the spike hitbox or missed entirely and had to basically reset neutral again. Squanto, not your average Rano player.
Oh, for
definitely
sure.
up there with your Lux out of Texas, and then your
Lucius.
Your Lucius, of course, out of Tri-State. Thank you, clearing the throat. And
who's that French Rano as well? There's a French Rano who's been doing pretty well recently in the European tournaments.
I have to keep a closer eye on the European scene now. I mean, in Rivals 1, it was, you know, Boss Hog and a couple other players. Now, I mean, Mr. R is involved, and you have a ton of the French scene as well. I'm really excited, not just what North America does with this, but what the world does as well.
True. Oh, by the way, I think it's Pikmon, not Pikmin.
Yeah, MON.
Yep. And speaking of Pikmon, counterpicks to Rockwall, which is traditionally considered one of, if not the best stage for Rano. Just platform heights and the place that the blast zones are perfect for it. But also an amazing, amazing stage for Force Burn, and we can see why as he gets a ton of damage into an early kill. But Rano answering back. Squanto has a lot on this first stock. Can he get the kill? Needles in a reverse bear. Correct DI on that one. Finally.
Yeah, you passed your execution test there. But this is still so far Pokmon's favor, but you are right, this is a stage just like that. I mean, you're stuck in a tech situation they don't even really expect to be in. And then if the up air start, you know, really you just need kind of up throw to start this off for Rano.
Ooh, I like that. Using the forward cape into the down tilt. Sets up on that platform. Up cape is so good at covering these platforms too, so that's probably another reason why Pikmon went to the stage.
Sound design in this game goes crazy. Boom, 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 over and over again. You know, just
meaty hits.
Reads.
Oh, I think was going for the reverse bear that time. Not going to work out, but Squanto quickly coming back in this game. Needles, not going to connect. A little bit of an air dodge action to get out of there, which is the real one. You were deceived. Nah, he probably just wanted to hit it anyway. Oh, man.
It only works if you end up getting neutral out of it.
Yeah.
You got a couple more seconds, an extra lease on life, but right now, back air, Squanto is looking really comfortable right in not only the stage, but the matchup as well.
And that was a little bit aggressive, perhaps expecting a roll out there, but had a chance to get, I think, a true punish down strong. But oh my god, speaking of true punishes, look at all this damage that has gone onto that down air. Sour Spot still gets the stock, but it's a lot of damage here on this final one for Pikmon, although Combust is up.
There's the Super Clone. Now, what's interesting about Super Clone in this game, and one of the things they changed to make it obviously a little more effective, one, you get more smoke clouds after it gets expelled, but as you hold forward or hold an attack button, that is what the Super Clone will do.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he's able to kind of determine and really, really mix things up, because gun to my head, I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
One of them explodes in smoke, and then I go, oh, that was the clone. I knew that.
I mean, the Super Clones just be attack it. Like, maybe throw down attacks just like it.
Oh, they can. I was watching him earlier. He was wobbling someone across the stage.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And I feel like Forcebird's like it also will intentionally, you know, throw out wild attacks too while the Super Clone is out, just so you don't know which one's which. Because they'll be like, I'm just gonna be hitting buttons. And that's what the Super Clone does.
Stays there at all, and he just did back-to-back down strongs, and they both hit. So you know, really, who's to say what's the crazy hitbox in this situation?
True. And he gets these down tilts. Amazing tech chasing so far by Pikmon, but has not been able to convert it into the stock. And now, off stage, dangerous spot to be in versus Rano. Back air down strong, you're so far out. Using that up B once again with the smoke cloud does get him another lease on life.
I feel like that's where a lot of these familiarities come in with these two characters, right? You know, you have this stage presence, you have this way to control everything, you have these check chases and these neutral rims. It's just that Rano wins a lot harder.
Oh my gosh, the rinse and repeat. The second one I was not expecting at all. That's that, you know, PM stuff that I feel like Pikmon should know about against Sheik. But this time, it is the Rano who's doing it to him with that double reverse bear. Oh man, so much damage racked up, so much more positioning.
This Rano is running away with this, man. It's tough sledding right now for Pikmon.
Yep.
Carson just so ready for this matchup.
The downstrung does get the stock all the way out of there and gets the combust resource available. Goes for Super Clone, and let's see what he can get out of this. Oh, went for the big explosion on the Super Clone.
Ooh, what a grab.
No follow-up though, unfortunately, and down tilts into Nair.
Yeah, recognized his position on that. Wasn't going to get the hitbox he wants. But still, rinse and repeat. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, no way out of that spot. I think the clone was in the wrong spot to throw, so this is going to be more damage coming out already. Let's see, gets the tech chase, missed tech into a little bit more down throw. That was pretty well, but oh, okay. Just getting that tongue out of the corner.
And off back air. See, I mean, these are the differences, right? That leads into a fair and a kill for Rano. It just hasn't been there quite yet for Forceburn.
Yeah, I mean, these confirms look like they're so close. That up cape into the actual dagger, almost connected, but almost not quite good enough. As
knocks him out of the clone.
The roll up, and it didn't matter how long you stalled. Squanto with a clean 3-0 victory.
I am curious if that's something they're going to look at when we get the big patch coming up in December. I think that's when Dan said it was like the first week of December or something like that.
Yeah, I heard December 3rd.
I just don't think Forsberg's recovery is in a fantastic place. I think the characters overall really, really strong.
Yeah.
And the way that they have implemented Super Clone, because it was an afterthought in Rivals 1. You just didn't use it.
Yeah.
You either used the smoke for utility or you used the combust to get the stock, but you very, very rarely saw Super Clone. And when you did, it was because Cake was up 2 stocks and somebody
He was mean.
cheesing. Right.
Yeah.
Now the fact that you've got that incorporated in a way that it is genuinely effective.
Dude, Super Clone's scary. Yeah. Every time I fight against Super Clone, I'm like, this thing will... you take 50, 60% off of it sometimes.
I'm trying to remember who Pikmin was playing earlier in this day. There's definitely going to be some bots coming up for here pretty quickly, guys, so keep an eye out for that. That was a really great use of it. I mean, we're going from one side of the stage to the other just using Super Clone in your attacks, and the mental gymnastics to have that kind of part-time duo character, super cool stuff, but I don't know. I feel like the startup on the clone off stage takes a little bit too long, maybe.
I feel like, yeah, Rock is really good at disrupting that. You can just throw a Rock and it just obliterates that side B. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up getting changed. I mean, I think there's obviously going to be some like pain points that are addressed. Like that's the biggest thing that they talked about was they're like, all right, there's some things that are a little bit overtuned, a little bit too painful to deal with. Let's try to even that out a bit. Let's try to make it a little bit more fun to play, a little bit more interesting for people.
I know one of the big focuses they are going to make it to where Clarent up B kills off the top finally.
They're not doing that. This is Copium. We have the Brosa wants the Brosa to happen.
Listen, it's not I want the Brosa to happen. I hit the Brosa.
Yeah.
I just want it to be easier. I want to if you are off screen, and I have this big giant hitbox that continues to push you off screen, it should be a stop. I'm just saying. I have to commit super hard to get up there. Is it stupid? Yes. Should I be doing it? No. Should I be going back to neutral? Absolutely. But man, is it not freaking cool to look at? Just give me the Roy hitbox. Give me like the reverse up B and I'll take that. But just give me a way to use it. That's been what I've been doing with this character. It's why I fell in love with Clarent in the first place, and part of why I fell in love with Rivals is I've been trying to do it since Rivals 1. And when I do get it, I pop the hell off. It's easier to get in this game, but it's not consistent. So Trevor, Dan, hook a brother up. I will resub to the Patreon. I will boost up the Kickstarter.
I will give you whatever juice we need. That's just what Brosa wants.
Let me know how much the bribe needs to be, and I'll make it happen. That's the be all end all of it. I want to see Boyko. I want to see Asashi. You know, all of the Brosa disciples go out there and pilot this character in the way that I intended. So,
of course.
It's fantastic watching them. It's really, really exciting for me as someone who loved the character as much as I do in Rivals 1. There really wasn't a lot of top representation in top 8s when SPS kind of took a backseat to competing. We didn't see the cat up on stage as much.
Yep.
But I mean, I said the cat's my dog, bro.
Yeah, cat's my dog.
I'm really excited about that. What is this?
All right, the next set is coming up. We do have
this Brady
a little window into the competitors, and this is actually a rematch of something that happened earlier. NBAD played against Switch earlier in the bracket. I believe it was 3-1 for Switch's side.
Yeah.
But now they have a chance at redemption. NBAD on the character that Switch switched from.
Yeah, and it's familiarity too. Like Switch knows this character backwards and forwards. NBAD has been playing Rivals forever and ever and ever, so knows the core concepts of Zetter. His recovery got a lot better in this game, obviously. Sure. But we'll see how this goes. I think both of these characters are capable of blowing each other up toolkit wise. So we'll see how this kind of goes along. I was trying to see it earlier. Is that Torque in a smiley face?
I believe so.
Shout out to Torque.
Yeah.
Switch kind of in an aggressive position right now.
This time, not gonna fall.
He was watching that first set.
Yeah, he knows. I mean, Switch played NBAD earlier. Has to know. And I like that little weight on the ledge hang. I mean, 22%. This is starting off so well for Switch.
I feel like I'm watching the last game. Down tilt fair already.
Man, a lot of characters got some down tilt fairs. Like,
yeah.
How many characters don't have down tilt fairs is a question.
Clarent does not. But we're not talking about Clarent right now. We'll talk about this after this set. Because right now, Switch is putting on a showcase for Zetter, and we didn't really get to see much of this earlier because when you play against Crag, you play against Crag. You don't play your character.
Yeah.
And when you play against ZB, you don't play your character. You play against ZB. Now we get to kind of see Switch express himself a little bit more, and it's really fun to see. I mean, both these characters, you see here the damage.
I like the poppy placement. No tech there. Difficult position to be in, though, as ZB's going to turn... Sorry, not ZB. I got ZB in my head. Switch is going to turn this around. And already get a bunch more damage on this next stock. Another forward air gets the meaty hitbox, and that is enough to get the stock. Places the fire down, and Switch running away with this game as, once again, gets the fire lit up on NBAD. Oh, nice. Even utilizing the Lily to extend the hitbox a little bit longer, but finally the Upstrong gets that stock for NBAD.
Pretty dominant control here so far as this game one goes. We have seen NBAD make a couple of pretty strong comebacks in the previous sets to make it to this losers quarterfinals here. So I want to see that again. I want to see him kind of make this back.
Oh,
it doesn't look like it's going to happen this game.
My God. And this is a potential opening. Gets the wrap. Goes for a back air, dash attack afterwards, and does not get the tech chase that NBAD was looking for. Such a horrible position to be in, though, as Switch is already picking up another neutral air fair. Yeah,
all three stocks can be there. I mean,
yeah,
consistent.
I think that one of the big things you talked about earlier that is a huge point in this matchup is combo DI.
Yeah,
right. Like, it felt like NBAD was not hitting the DI out on the neutral air, was not hitting the DI out on the down tilt.
Yep.
That you need to not be able to get instantly exploded against that board air. I mean, that's such a great finisher.
You want to see a stock disappear, don't DI on down tilt.
Yeah, exactly. And it's possible that these might just still be true confirming at certain percents, but generally they're not going to be hitting quite as hard as they are. But going to rock wall, goes for the double dip, and actually finds himself in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Oh, but the phantom hug of the ledge.
Not just a dangerous spot, but now down a stock based off his own aggression.
Man, poor Lily just got the shit kicked out of her right there. I mean, it's like, God damn, man. You really hate me that much?
Not an arborist, Mr. Zetterberg. He is ready to burn things down.
I mean, literally, though. That's like what he does. He literally burns down the forest.
That's lore for you guys.
It's true. I watched an hour-long lore video on the way here.
I was going to bring that up. I love that video.
It was so good.
Shout out to that. I'm going to look that up midway through so we can give proper credit to that guy. But that video ruled.
That was sick. I was such a big fan of that.
There is quite a bit for what is just a, animal fighting game based on the elements. There is depth to these characters.
Oh, man. Yeah, a parry there. Not going to get anything out of it. Still looking for the first shot. Switch has just proven survivability in this matchup is so key, and he's just not been getting hit by more than like 1 or 2 hits at a time. And this is where we've seen multiple times NBAD get the stock previously, is that tether upwards into double hit fall fair. And I mean, got another stock off of that one.
Yeah, I feel like he's just opting to use that instead of the upwards hits in general now.
Yeah, I mean, it's working out. Who can argue with him?
It's interesting. I wonder why that shield moved the way it did after it got hit by that fireball. We'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, run back the tapes.
Gonna get the up throw there, get the eye, but does get stuck on the platform. That's rock wall for you.
Yeah, hard to get away from these platforms in a lot of circumstances. And forward strong.
Yep.
Into forward, it should be the stock. Oh, unfortunately, clips.
Zetter and Rivals too, man. This character can come back from so much further.
Yeah, I wonder if that forward air was even necessary. I maybe could have just been a middle ledge hog. I'm not sure.
That's a tough thing, though. You kind of expect it to have to take that extra step in this game, which is why NBAD goes out there. Still in a good position, though. Trying to make it back, get back into neutral here.
And okay, a little poke. And yeah, like you said, he's slowly eking his way back into this game, but forward tilt. Oh, not going to be good enough DI. It's tough because a lot of times you're like, all right, what am I expecting? Okay, I might be expecting a down tilt. Have to DI out for that one. This time, got hit with the forward tilt, and it was just enough to get the stock, especially on rock wall with those shallow blast zones. But oh my God, and just a ton of damage with this fire. And
there's the Lily play again.
Oh. Such a dangerous spot, and yeah, that's that down air punish when you're forced onto stage with the up air. But now, this is even more damage. Almost gets the follow-up, but great DI there for NBAD, not falling for the trap. And Lily is just getting involved with these neutral airs, but a triple fair? No, not the third one.
the 2, and then the huge F-Strong.
Whoa.
Bring this to last stock. Enbad, what do you have in you? This is the stage you picked for the Blast Zones. This is why you come here.
Yeah, it's Lily does despawn. Now we need a little bit more for Enbad, who's just finally found a dash attack and a tech chase. Once he gets another one, tech in place, covers that once again, but tech, and he is still all over Switch. He is finding even more.
But it's only 60-70% now. It's to get something big here.
Oh, wait, where did the mark go?
The mark went off of he shielded the Lily Bite.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate.
Yeah, now you had to get Mark and a full neutral win again. Has one of those wins.
And Forder does not go for the double dip.
Just roll.
It's not enough. Somehow Zetter is still able to make it on stage, but the down strong is not enough to kill. Did not have the time to get the dash forward, to get the reverse hitbox of it.
Oh, and that's how you're going to lose the game.
No! No fire. It's not enough. Oh, and Enbad on his final legs, but gets the down strong follow-up, and somehow, at 190%, lives to tell a tale in Rockwall.
Enbad, you're so sick. I hope you can hear me. You're so sick. That was crazy.
Wow. What a showing.
That is that incremental things here. The set that he had to make top 8 was like this. Lost game 1, clutched game 2, barely won game 3, and then had a huge comeback in game 4, which led to a much bigger pop-off than we saw on the camera right there. And I promise you, we will see another big one if that happens here.
I mean, I think the people who've been watching this tournament stream have certainly seen the pop-off, but oh man, another chance here to get the win on Switch. He so desires.
Switch, though. That led to a good 30-40% just off the read of that throw.
When that forward strong, almost enough to get. Well, I mean, I feel like if the fire was there, would have been it. But
it's the mark there.
Yeah. Oh, no tech, but does have the tether, barely making it back. And unfortunately for Switch, was facing the wrong direction, so couldn't get the forward air follow up that would have killed. And that means another lease on life for Enbad, who has the mark on Switch, and goes for the up air. Not enough. Oh, a tech in place. Caught.
I want to say that probably picks up roll in as well there, too.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you can usually cover 2 of the 3 with a strong from Zetter, but you can't cover all of them. And that time, cover the right one.
It's going to be big here to get this stock pretty soon. Obviously, it begets the fact that, yeah, you want to take stocks as fast as possible, but Switch has had such a strong neutral presence.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Enbad needs, because now you can start working on the second stock at similar percents. You don't have to worry about this lead getting larger. Gets the Lily grab there.
I love when, you see a Maple just dash back, let it rip with that F-Strong, because it's such like a massive hitbox that, it'll catch a lot of people going for like an aerial approach to you, like short hop forward air. It just absolutely eats that alive. Great work there, but now the shoe is on the other foot as, Switch is just blasting out a ton of percent. Not going to get too big of a follow-up here. Good DI on that neutral air.
So a minor thing here, and you see it again there.
Yeah.
Enbad has been coming back from ledge with that wall jump back air. So we saw Switch actually shield it the last time. Doesn't shield it there, but that's kind of that no mix-up we've been seeing a couple times from him, where he just kind of comes back in with this aggressive option and really puts himself in a great position, because not only do you have a hitbox coming back, but you're usually going to be then facing towards the blast zone with your opponent in the corner instead. It's a great Switch situation.
Yeah, great way to switch on Switch, yeah. Oh, but the down throw fair, catches that. And this is looking really good for Switch, who just is already racking up the percent on the next one, has the ignite on. And one of the things I think will be interesting to see is if Switch can really hard punish that back air off ledge. You see the shield, that's not that hard of a punish. But if we see like a parry, for instance, it could be the death of Enbad.
You see both of them trying to just jockey for position here. Gets the parry there on the fireball to kind of take back center stage. Gonna get the wrap. Maybe a little bit of a movement flub there.
Yeah, I think wanted to waveland on that top platform to cover the tech. But unfortunately, Switch might be getting the stock right here. Forward tilt, really great spot to be in. Air dodge used, but okay, able to tether back out and even get a confirm off of that up air. And Switch will never miss those angles. He talks about it. He's like, I've been playing Spaces for how many years? Do you think I'm ever missing an angle? No shot, but does not matter. Down strong, we'll get the kill regardless of what angle you choose. Yeah. And but so will that forwarder. Another purple to end the game, and Switch is up 2-1 on NBAD. Last set, NBAD got 1 game in the exchange. Let's see if we can do a little bit more in this one.
I get a text from GPIC watching top 8 at home. I'm 5'9". Thank you very much. Don't spread that 5'6" slander.
5'9"?
Sub 5'10's all the same to me. Love you, Nick. You can't see, but I'm making heart hands for you right now. All right, so we're going to go die for the last stage. NBAT hoping that Switch would just go die himself.
Fun fact, 5'9" is 69 inches tall.
Shout out. Shout out. That was quick math. Why do you know that?
Because I'm 5'9".
Listen, you don't look 5'9" on the camera.
There you go. There you go. All right, the Catling coming out. I know it's called the Gatling, but I like to call it the Catling.
I'm down with that. I'm down. I heard it, and I was like,
It's not strictly correct, but I like it.
And then just even start here, but it's going to be this first couple sequences, right? You know, that's big right there from NBAD. Puts himself in a position to maybe take this first stock. But Switch just hasn't really given up the ghost like we saw in the second game.
Oh, yeah, but the forward air should be curtains. Yeah, just enough. And
hey, down tilt forward air.
Yeah, down tilt. I swear, man, every character in the game has it.
Ooh, big reverse there. That wall cling's so tough to deal with because you're like, oh man, I've got him.
It's just such a huge timing mix-up is the biggest thing. I think like a lot of times you're like, all right, you know, Maple, they're off stage. They don't have that great of a recovery. I should be able to stop it. And then they wall cling for like a solid second. You're like, I hit a button. Nope. Wall jump back here. I got you.
Ooh, gets him out of the side B there. Gets the side B back on stage anyways. High up tilt.
Yeah, gets that. Oh, all right. Nice answer back. The double down strong. Huge damage into a double fair. And managing to make it back to stage 2. Oh, what a big turnaround. This is a huge inflection point in this game for NBAD, who's already racking up a bunch of percent on the next one. We see that the downer is an incredible punish, though. And forward air, a lot of resources spent in the corner. I mean, not even opting to go to ledge there. I mean, it's just one of those things where NBAD has been so proficient at getting back that it's never been Switch able to hog it.
Misses the pin grab there to kind of extend that sequence of control. But now we're back in a position here. You hear the crowd starting to pop off a little bit. I don't know if it's for this or for what's going on in the next stage over, but this is such a good position here for NBAD. Just keep building this up.
Switch not able to get the stock just yet, trying to reset with a fireball, but this could be a big opening. The double fair goes for the dip, but it doesn't connect. And now, wow.
You saw him stall down there. He knew he was going to take it in that moment. Was not going to risk going back to stage. Was not going to risk going back to neutral. That was an absolute lights out moment there from NBAD.
Yeah, resetting on the ledge, using that side B to just disrupt the start of the up B, and then is like, you know what? This is checkmate. You have to up B here. There's no other options. Although I feel like maybe in that spot, a pity flip to wall could have been a mix-up that Switch had gone for.
Yeah.
Perhaps NBAD wouldn't have been prepared, but we haven't seen Switch utilizing that much. The pity flip to wall and the wall jump hasn't been really in his repertoire. He's been mostly focusing on the high down Bs and the up Bs. So I'm interested to see if maybe Switch will implement a little bit of mix-ups in this next game, but right now NBAD look like he has those ledge guards on lock.
And you look at the stories that these two player cams tell. NBAD lean back, stressed, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Switch locked the in.
Locked in.
Just absolutely serial killer stare, trying to think about what stage we're going to. And it looks like we're going to be going to Etherean Forest here.
Oh, no, he gives a little bit of a smile.
Now he does. Looks like there was maybe some difference there, but it...
Oh, no, I think that might be a DSR thing. Did they play on?
No.
Did they play on Force? No.
Okay. But we're going back to go die regardless. So here we go for our game 5 here. Who's going to win this opening salvo?
Oh, that's mine.
Get this first stop. Oh. You see NBAD starting to get a little bit of a control here in the corner, but Switch forces a way out with a rough nair. Waits for it. Gets out of the grab situation. Ducks under the fireball. These players are playing so carefully around these kind of common options. There's the grab on that back air. Love to see that adaptation from Switch.
Yeah, a couple of times he's been facing the wrong direction, so he wasn't able to get a punish out of shield at it. But this time, Enbad mixes up a little bit, goes straight back to the ledge instead of off of it with that back air. But a forward strong catches that downward jump, and how it's just a fair train all the way across the stage.
The waste resources to come back, gets all the way back on the stage though, so safe and sound. 37%. That is going to be your first stock, and that resets in the camera. But I mean, we saw him take out the last stock in the game 4 pretty around these similar percent, so not impossible for Maple here.
Yeah, great punish there, 40% on the hit. And this is the thing about utilizing that back air off the ledge. It seems like it's fairly unpunishable, even on shield. I think we're gonna have to see a carry out of it. Oh,
you hear the crowd react to that. The collective, as that forward smash, forward strong connects there. Unbelievable read there from Switch on the DI.
There's something about an ignited strong attack from, oh my god, from Switch. I mean, it's not gonna matter. The fair train seems like Enbad has them too.
Go for the up throw there, re-grab. There's a Lily jab reset. Did not know that. It's how that worked.
Oh, I thought we might have seen it suicide. What? Was that the ledge hog?
Yeah, that was.
I think it was just there long enough.
We've seen Switch hit the angles.
He hit the perfect angle, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
I'm coming in here real quick. Watch this invincible.
Oh, and that can be the whole set here, but tried to catch the tech in place, but now the corner off stage, and now Game 5 blast off.
The crowd is getting into this, guys.
Going straight back to ledge, showing he has those angles, but I mean, it's not going to matter. The ledge is hog, quadruple neutral air all the way across stage, racking up the percent, getting a huge amount of damage on it. Now Lily is planted, and the fireball building up a little bit of damage with the fire. And once again, that special get up is punished incredibly hard. Now the back air off the ledge.
Spot touch down. Grab.
Oh, forward. The meaty one is just enough. Switch gets the game, but oh my god, Enbad with an incredible showing. I mean, just everything about it seemed like it was going to go to that last moment. However, Switch clutching up at the end.
What a set. What a game 5. You have the ebb and flow of all of that. Enbad stealing a stock at 20%?
Yeah,
25%? Just
sub
going,
30
you're going,
for sure.
You're going back to ledge? No, you're not. I'm going to ledge here. And then Switch, decades, years of
At least a decade of experience.
A decade. Not decades, but years of experience just goes, I'm good.
I'm good.
It's not insurmountable. I got this.
It's that clutch factor. You know, that people discount the fact that just playing for such a long time allows you to be in these situations where you're in Game 5, last stock, last hit. You know, you're calm. Your opponent, they might be shaking in their boots. Their heart might be beating super hard. You're just like, I've been here before. And Switch had certainly been there before and showed it and clutched it up. I mean, what more can you say about someone who has just been playing so incredible throughout this whole day? Only loss so far was to ZB in that Game 5 last hit. I mean, an absolutely insane set.
So we see what's left for us here, right? From top 8 to top 4.
Yep.
We're taking a short break after this, guys. We've got to pay the bills, so appreciate y'all sticking around here for the rest of this bracket. But we have a Rivals 1 Classic. Cake Assault versus ZB. I've seen it dozens of times, commentated it dozens of times.
True.
And on the other side of it, waiting is Switch and Squanto.
Yeah.
This is important for a couple different reasons. We've talked about, obviously, winning the first heat wave and what comes along with that. But, you know, to reference it again, you go to LACS to a person not named Cake Assault who's already going. If you can beat Cake Assault, then you're going to Plat Fight tournament as well to ply your craft down in Florida with me and Wisely down there for that. So
do you remember who the 3 were that got in from the coin box this week?
Yeah, it was Luck. It was, oh gosh, you put me on the spot. Stango didn't make it. It was all PM. So that means it was Luck, And one.
No, I think it was Ringunchu, right?
Ringunchu, thank you. I'm sorry. Wrong clearance. Wrong clearance.
All right, we'll figure it out in a second. We'll get back to you on that. But yeah, there was a, so I don't think that's any of the people who are still in this bracket, right? That was my main question. Okay,
no,
so none of the people still in the bracket.
They made it in there, and they said, all right, we're good.
So top 2, pretty much guaranteed at this point, gets you into the LACS. And, I mean, that's going to be an incredible showing, just a showcase of that top 16 with a lot of top melee and ultimate talent thrown into the mixture, and that's going to be a great time. But we're going to go
Ion and Lux.
Ion,
that's who it was.
Yes, I knew it was a Krag player, but I was trying to remember which Krag player. But yes, it was Ion, of course. Ion, going on a tear on this coin box. So shout out to NorCal. Ion actually just hosted a NorCal Invitational yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I wish I could have been there, but I was here. I'm having a great time.
Listen, Rivals is happening. That's
True.
what matters.
Absolutely.
We're sharing it across the country, across the globe, sharing it with you guys at home. Let us run some ads. We'll be back in 3, 4, 5 minutes, and we'll see you for the rest of top 8. Top 4 is on its way.
Welcome back, everybody. Jet the Jenga God still here, still with Brosa, and we are in this top 4, and we want to make a minor correction. ZB and K-Kasult are actually both already invited, which means the winner of the loser semi-set is going to be into the LACS. So that is what's happened. That's why I knew it was tickling in the back of my brain. I was like, I thought ZB was already in, but I couldn't remember if it was through the... What's up? What's up, ZB? You good?
I'm upgrading electrolytes here.
Your electrolytes?
There's camel. I think you got like a camelback.
You got a camelback? Is it this?
It doesn't look like that.
Okay.
There's somebody coming through who
Somebody came through and picked up a bunch of glasses. So, unfortunate. The electrolytes are gone. ZB said his special formula, his special juice, has just been stolen. So therefore, he cannot no longer beat K-Kasult. Sorry, the tournament's over, everyone.
The ZB juice is not FDA approved.
Do not take ZB juice. Do not feed ZB juice to your kids.
If you or one of your loved one has suffered blindness, death from after consuming
or seeing rocks everywhere you go,
you may be entitled to compensation. Call us here at Jet and Brosa. We'll fight for you. Yeah, ZB's a character.
I'm a big fan of Z.
Zachary Benson, y'all. Look at him.
Oh, he's in the zone.
Look at my little Billy Goat.
Getting all ready to fight against K-Kasult. I mean, we said at the beginning, this is going to be who could beat K-Kasult, right? This is the JRPG fight that's going right now. You're fighting Kafka in Final Fantasy right now. You're fighting a literal god. And that is nothing to say that this couldn't be a fantastic set. Oh yeah, I mean, he's beating K-Kasult. It's happened in this game. Yeah, absolutely. Even though the matchup is tough, I mean, the big thing about it, ZB was sitting behind Cheesy while they were warming up while she was warming up for the K-Kasult match that she had earlier.
Yep.
And he was saying all the things that Cheesy needed to do in the matchup. He's talking about things like, all right, you got to hit back air down special. You got to get those super early kills. You have to utilize the ledge to the utmost. You have to take it, get that back air off ledge, get that neutral air off ledge.
Hey, he found it.
And get huge punishes.
There it is. It's just a hose, man.
The hose.
That's a camelback. He was telling us it wasn't that early. That's exactly what that is.
Well, camelback is a brand. That's like saying, Kleenex.
Okay, good for them. They've got good marketing.
They do have good marketing. Well, I mean, it's what's that thing? I forgot. There's a specific term for it, but basically when your brand becomes what?
Band-Aids.
No, I mean, it's like that, yeah. It's like Band-Aids and stuff like that. When your brand becomes so associated with something that, your brand name stops meaning something because everybody just associates it with everything. It's like Googling,
It's ubiquitous at that point, right?
Yeah.
It's one and the same. And he's going to play with that in the entire time. Let's see if the ZD
oh my God, he's literally got it in his mouth during the set.
Never change
I love it. I love it.
Off to a better start than Cheesy was.
Yeah, off to a better start than I was for sure too. I mean, it's a tough ask to get any percent at all against K-Kasult. All right, now can we get on this platform a little bit? Let's see. Okay, I like that. Actually, fast fell a little bit lower than you would normally expect, and waited until Cake hit a button before coming back up with a double jump. Huge thing to do is not getting your double jump called out. God, it's the parrying the shards back. Knows exactly what Cake wants.
When you lose the double jump, you lose against Cake Assault.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And this is a huge confirm here. Already got a ton of percent in. That's that slide up you were talking about, but not able to get a follow-up because of the situation where it actually put Cake all the way to ledge.
Ooh, the dare fake out there. Doesn't actually have the hitbox come out. That was sick.
Fell before the hitbox came out. A little bit of a timing mix-up. I like to see it.
Those are those little things. Those are what makes a top player. Not just Cake, not just ZB, but I mean, when you have that chance to mix up somebody on these levels.
Yeah, and a little bit of weight on the air dodge means that ZB is going to find his way back into the stage and tries to throw out those spikes. But I mean, Cake is just in the right spot, already using that invincibility to get off the ledge and get the shield up. Nothing you can do about that. And oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Went for the double back air after that wall. Just normally just go for one. Not sure if that you had the time for that, but unfortunately for ZB, Cake is going to eat that mistake alive. I mean, anytime you make one against Cake, it's pretty much over.
I just don't know if I would take Cake here, though. I know the platform's really great for Crag, but like the way that Cake can set up this special tornado and then run beneath it and literally control who Crag heights. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think ZB is just very good at parrying in those spots, like knowing that he can take the control of the stage back and just taunt to break the, break the
sick,
block.
right?
All right. And then, is this a taunt to get bodied? Okay, not quite, not quite. He did get a jab out of that one. And, okay, so that's where you utilize the double backer. Interesting. Okay, so he's using it to get back onto the stage.
Man, every time Cake goes down there, I'm like, that move doesn't go all the way back up there, does it? And then it just does.
Yeah, and no tech, dangerous position to be in. It doesn't actually break with that, but yeah, the double backer once again. Then Cake just punishes so hard off the ledge. You make one mistake there, getting grabbed, getting killed. Oh man.
I need to know the product lore for Rivals too, because the brand on the pool of bow and arrow is WTC, but it's designed to look like the Nerf brand. So
yeah,
I'm curious what that is.
There's always some like little thing that you're like, oh, this is some like it's definitely intentional. Yeah.
You could put it in Simlish if you didn't want it to be like something noticeable, but it very clearly is. So
yeah, it'd be interesting. I bet Matt would know. I'll ask him sometime.
It's the Bhutani Corporation.
Solo is probably fine here. Yeah,
I mean, fine
is a relative term.
Dead.
He had a chance to get back to stage, but that time Cake does not get it. And barely taking anything, just 8% for ZB's trouble and his floating airs. ZB finally getting something out of it, but Cake just able to ledge dash out of there and completely get out of that situation. And great punish on the... okay.
Still going.
On the floor hug. Did not get deterred by that. And
nice double back here.
Yeah, that is, I feel like, ZB saving grace in a lot of these spots, but
I think he's dead.
Yeah, there's no grace to save. Once you get out there, that side beat cancel, it's normally enough for you to get back against a lot of characters, but unfortunately, against Fleet, you just have a free down air, and there's nothing you can do.
I don't know, man. This character's pretty good. Everyone says she's like pretty middle of the road compared to like some of the top tiers, and I can see the arguments for it, but like when you've got Cake Assault piloting, it's a good character.
And it does get the kill confirmed. I liked how he utilized the waveland on the platform. Gets that opportunity for you to react to whatever DI Cake went for. And I'm surprised he's going for so much of these down throws off of the command grab, because it feels like you can get a guarantee confirm off of the up throw at the low percents, and sometimes off of the neutral throw at the mid percents. But I think going for trying to get a little bit of a tech check, but Cake's been hitting the tech almost every time.
Cake's sucking in this game right now.
Oh, that back air could have been the actual end of the game, but right now, yeah, that jab not quick enough to come out. Beat out the Nair from Fleet. Oh, this is dangerous, to say the least.
He's fighting so hard just to get into neutral.
Okay, huge pickup though. But once again, goes for the down throw, tries to catch the tech in the wrong spot, but the back air, down B, that was what you needed to get the stock, but still not able to complete the edge guard, and now Kekesold up 2-0, 2 stocks on the counter pick. Bro, so what do you even do in this spot? Do you pick a new stage? Is there a new plan?
You shake hands.
Yeah.
You shake hands and tell him I'll see you in Grands. I don't know, man. Like, the matchup seems bad. The play, like, take nothing away from what's happening right now. Kekesold is up 2-0 and up 2-0 comfortably.
Yep.
ZB's busting his ass not to get 3 stocks right now. And he's playing so well, and he's got these moments that kind of add up and add up and add up. But, like, Kate's got these moments that take you off stage and then you die.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, the moments of brilliance from ZB look like awesome. They're
Right.
It's like, oh, what a crazy combo. But then Kate doesn't die.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay. And then Kate's just, like, average edge guard is, like, murdering ZB for sneezing. Yeah. You're like literally right here. Like, what do you do? You go super low, you DI out, and you manage to escape with your lives. You're 100%. You answer back for 22. Let's see if ZB can do a little bit more here, as he does rack it up, but reverse back air into the turnaround back air. Not enough to get the stock, but there's no pillar. Finally able to get out of that spot.
It's the difference of illuminating a room with lightning bolts or an incandescent bulb.
Yeah, it's like
ZB will have these moments where you're just like, man, that's really great. And then Cake just goes out there and suffocates him. Like, it's crazy to see how well float has been incorporated into this game already. And they've done a phenomenal job as a team at bringing in this new character as quickly and combined into the Rivals lore that she is. But I don't know what Crack does. Crack's too big.
I mean, it's really just a matter of, like, you have to kill more efficiently, right? Like, ZB's been having, you know, a few big openings. He's gotten decent percent off, but, like, you gotta kill him, right? Like, it's not more simple than that. But I mean, actually figuring out how to get the kill, that is the tough issue.
Yeah.
And went for the rock grab. If you'd gotten that one, might have been able to get a third hit. But now ZB in the corner. Yep,
Knocked out the platform.
that's just it. When you get knocked off during the startup of it, you don't actually get your double jump back.
Really?
So a lot of times what's been happening is Cake has been catching ZB in the startup of these walls, and you don't get your double jump back, so you don't have any opportunity to come back to stage.
There's that taunt.
I love the taunt cancel. That's so funny. Okay, and try to get I think the tech roll in read was the weight there for ZB, but. And this is a chance. Double forwarder. Could get the stock. But I mean, there it is. Down. Oh, reverse forwarder. Horrible time for that one. But unfortunately, that means Cake is going to be back on stage and back to terrorize ZB. And oh, that's it.
No.
That's it. And it's just
the mid-stock pause into the assault pop-off.
I mean, it's one of those things where every single time ZB, like, he had to come up with like 7 layers of mix to ever get a chance to get back to stage. And if Kekesold just waits there's dash attack, there's forward tilt, there's down tilt that all cover so much of your coming back to stage. You don't have the luxury of getting like a sweet spot like you can with Claire or Fleet for that matter.
So let's, before we get into this loser semis here, this fight for the LACS, let's take a look at this video. Let's take a look at what we're fighting for and what's going to be going on in a couple days and what it means prize pool wise for the Rivals community. This is really exciting.
Let's take a look.
Had to put the Rivals commentary on hold to go get his law degree. He is out here
kind of the GOAT
for real.
But one of the first people I commentated with.
I believe it. He's the first person I commentated with.
Yeah?
Genesis 5, man. To this day, I tell the story all the time. It is the lore of the community. I mean, he really brought so many people into this game. And, you know, he and I'm coming over East Coast time, right?
Yep.
I'm staying up 5 in the morning PST playing Rivals. He's like, hey, you should come check out this game. You'll like it. I think you'll like it a lot. And I had Genesis Claren, and I was trying to kill with up B off the top, and I got it a couple times.
Yep.
Not often, but I got it a couple times. And it really is what led to so much more.
Yep.
You know, I wouldn't be involved with this community if it wasn't for GPIC, and there's a reason why GPIC is here for this LACS event as well, because of what he means to the Rivals community. And it's awesome to see him get this opportunity and to be out there and, you know, rubbing elbows with Alpharad and with Ludwig and with Void and, you know, Mr. Willy Wonka himself, Dan Fernay's out there as well.
Yeah, Dan's going to be casting. I'd love to see it.
France. I'm sorry, Dan. I know there's not two N's in your name. I feel really bad. But, you know, it's going to be super sick. You saw all of the talent of all of this cross-play between Melee and between Rivals and between Ultimate. And Melee's digging this game. Ultimate's digging this game too, but Melee's digging this game. Joshman, Cody, Mango, Leffen, just playing the hell out of this game.
Yeah.
And it's really, really sick to see. I'm really excited to see what they do format-wise, because we're still not really sure what's going on there. It looks a little interesting as far as your typical event system goes. But
yeah, it's coming up soon, though. 2 weeks.
Anytime we get a high production value for Rivals, and anytime we get 25, oh, it's reversed on this screen, my bad, $25,000 in prize pool.
That's a lot of prize pool.
Shout out Lud. Shout out
Off-Brand.
Shout out Pirate Studios. Hit my line, bros at FGC. I would love. I will do it for free. Please, I just want to be a part of Rivals 2 going into the future as well. This game means so much to so many of us, and if you're coming into it for the first time tonight, or if you've seen maybe a coin box or something, and HBox was the reason you saw Rivals and you wanted to come check it out a little bit further, welcome, man. This is one of the greatest communities I've had the pleasure of being a part of. You know, you and I met for the first time today, I think, right?
Yeah, first time today.
Probably
I've been to a bunch of Genesises. Yeah. I'm sure I've seen you there, but this is the first time we actually like formally met. And yeah, I've loved how welcoming the Rivals community has been to me. I mean, I like watched some Rivals 2. I had a couple good, Rivals 1, a couple good friends who were in Rivals 1, and they were really into it. And it's always been a cool game, but you know, Rivals 2 has been where I've really come to love the community, and I feel like they've been so welcoming. You know, they've had me at some of their events. I was able to cast at Riptide. I'm casting here, and it's so nice to have a group of people who is just like so chill, has so much fun with the game, and they're just willing to like let everybody, you know, experience it with them.
Yeah.
And it's
about the shared moment.
Right. And it's not like we're better than you. Like you know, don't come into our game like that. There's some of that online, but in person, like with the real people of the community, it's not like that.
There's going to be loud vocal morons.
Yeah, right? The people in this community are so awesome and so welcoming.
Yep.
And I love to see that. But for now, we have a little bit more of a cutthroat moment, as the winner of this loser semifinals is going to be going to the LACS. And I mean, I'm sure both of these players want that trip. They want to be a part of that $25,000 prize pool event. This is one of the biggest money matches of Rivals history, I would say.
No, it really is, because just the opportunity to take a part in an event like that, you know, the visuals for potential sponsors in the future as well. I mean, there's so many different things here. So we'll see how this goes. Right now, it's going about kind of how I expected. Squanto is comboing the daylights out of this Spacey as kind of expected. But here comes.
Oh, that was not the DI you wanted. Maybe was expecting a light fair or something else, but I mean, that was
interesting to go for the fourth there, don't you?
That's got to be a mistake. There's no way that was intentional.
Ooh, he answers back though.
Man, Squanto uses reverse bear like nobody else.
Oh boy, does not drop those.
Oh, and I love the catch of the spot dodge. A lot of people have been spot dodging during like combo sequences and expecting a grab, especially from a character like Random who gets so much off of it. But you know, being able to utilize a hitbox that lasts a little bit longer, that you know, can be a little bit more delayed. Squanto been getting a ton of mileage out of that. But double fair, that has also been Switch's bread and butter. Misses the bubble. Huge opening, and but turns it around. This could be actually it. On the other side, Switch goes for the wall jump. But the tech,
that was so sick.
That's something we haven't seen out of basically anybody outside of Cake, using that tech where you tech their recovery and then you just instantly hit them. And when you have a fast arrow like Random forward arrow, does not matter what's happening, it's going to connect. Oh, double bear. Yes, that is the game.
That's Chic Fox, baby.
That's really Chic Fox. that was the utmost Chic Fox match I've seen in a long time. Outside of actual Chic Fox.
That's tough, you know, and obviously the Maple's back there. Maybe you think about it if you're Switch, because, I mean,
I don't think you think about it.
Outside of some bad DI, I mean, that was pretty dominant for Squanto.
Yeah.
And it's dominant in the ways that are recreatable too. That's my concern. This wasn't a straight hit or a hard read. This is bread and butter Rano things. This is how Rano plays this matchup. This is how Rano plays a lot of matchups, to be fair. But especially against Setter, it's very easy for them.
But what about that stock, bro? But what about that stock?
You've got me there. I say all that to say that sometimes the exception proves the rule. And if there is anyone that is truly exceptional, it is Switch.
Yeah, he really switched that up. Got a great opening and just carried it so far. And now already getting even more on the next one. I mean, the secret apparently is to just not get hit. If you don't get hit off stage, they can't edge guard you. And Zetterbird, an incredible neutral beast. And, I mean, Switch has just made his punish game look so crazy. AZ probably gonna pop off at the 69 right now. Has double back air into the needle. Let's see what the option is. Goes for the light bear into strong bear. And, oh, yeah, no ability to come back from that.
Yeah, just battle resources with nothing you can do. Nothing you can do there.
And like you said, very recreatable. Like that drop down light back air is just super consistent to hit.
Second verse, same as the first, man.
But here is a pick up with the nair, no follow up, and the down tilt forward air.
Great.
Everybody's got it.
And we're in neutral, baby. Ooh, okay.
Like that floor hug, tries to go for the waveland into up strong, but not gonna happen. And falling out of the nair, that was actually a really big opening there for Squanto. But now we're kind of too high for nair to combo into up air. So now looking for one of those raw hits.
Just eats him off stage. First time I think we've seen like a grab from Squanto in a minute. It's all been neutral.
And that's the mix-up you have when you get the grab.
Yeah.
Though it's just, if you DI out, you just get obliterated so hard. Oh, and
So a down hit of the up B there, which allows him to come back there.
yeah, Squanto also using the higher hit, the higher up B, the one that goes more vertical.
Yep.
And I think that actually tricked up Switch's timing a little bit more.
Definitely seems like it.
Oh, double dash tag. Oh, this might be it. Still has a chance, but it is a slim one. As apparently,
Oh my God, he made that back. I thought that was the fumble of the century.
I thought he was just gonna get ledge hogged and not make it back at all. But Board strong, Squanto all the way in the corner, but it's proven to be relatively unedge guardable.
I mean, you have so many recovery tools. It's tough, right?
But
Uh-oh.
still gets the up tilt. Oh no! This could be it. But the angle. I mean, Switch has those. He has those every time. Another forward air off stage. Good DI though. Isn't gonna get caught with a follow up. And it's a grab. Tech chase, just a dash attack though. It's not enough to get the kill. This is so tense. Oh my God. Jabs into the bubble, but the bubble saves him. And once again, the ledge dash on is just strong enough.
154 to 145. The next real hard hit does it. Both of these characters have combos out of the situation right now. The
Forward air and the super jump into up air. That's just enough to get the stock.
and not a player to pop off. Squanto pops off after that as well.
Especially game two, like. I was holding my breath for so long. It felt like Switch had everything he needed to come back into that one.
And listen, Switch, nothing if not determined, does not think a stage change is going to matter here.
Well, I mean, this is the same thing you did against CB, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
It's like, I will keep playing you on the stage until I win.
Skill issue, not the stage.
True.
Uh-oh. That's so, that
Good DI.
That weak up strong was so sick, bro.
Yeah. I think that we really need to figure out what. Oh my gosh. The one big hole in Switch's gameplay, it feels like, is just what to do when Rano is coming back to stage, right? Like, it feels like he sets up these great positions. Rano is forced to use, like, full distance up B. But then Switch has not been getting the kills out of it. He's been forced to get, like, these crazy reads to get kills.
Right.
And you talked earlier about how Rano's positioning is very recreative. Like, look at it right there. You can do it every single time. Rinse, repeat. I mean, it's so hard to get out of the spot as Switch. It's reactable when you start the up B. Switch's kills are not the same. He has to go for crazy reads. He has to get something big. So, I mean, long-term prospects not looking great for Switch, but for now, he does hold the lead, Brosa.
Ooh, there's that falling up air there. That's such a great opener for the Zetter, or excuse me, for the Ranos. Such a fast move. You don't really expect it. It looks like it's going to be an empty hop. You think maybe you could grab or jab out of it, and then all of a sudden you're getting into the spin cycle. Oh.
Yes, but finally Switch gets another opening and does snag the ledge away. I don't think that Squanto was actually close enough to make that regardless if the ledge was held or not. But this is a very important position here in the down strong. It's so hard to keep holding away on those reverse back airs because you're like, one of these is going to be a forward air. I don't know which one. You can't react in time, and that time you get cooked for it. However, Switch started his own cooking stream. Oh, never mind, turns it around. Squanto forces out the up B. This could be it. It's just a rinse, a repeat, but no, Switch makes it back somehow.
Squanto doesn't grab ledge. I was going to say it's just elementary at this point. Nair because he can't get the fair.
And somehow, some way, Switch makes it out of the situation. And it gets an opening once again with it. Up air into a backer, a trade from the forwarder. Huge deal with the down tilt. Dacus. And that is a 30 on Squanto's side. But Switch, he was so close so many times.
And that it's consistency. That's what makes the difference between a good character and a great character.
And he's the victor of the biggest Rivals money match we've seen in quite some time.
Right.
Maybe ever.
Headed to LACS in 2 weeks' time out in sunny California to compete against all these other players for a $25,000 prize pool. I can only be overjoyed for Dan and the team. And of course, Off-Brand and the results they've seen so far from this game and the support that we've shown them. Everybody wins right now, and this is really awesome to see. It really is. I'm really excited for what the future holds. If there's ever a rival summit,
yeah.
I'll sell a kidney. Let me know what to do. I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll be there no matter what.
$1,000 for a VIP pass. Let me get on comms a little bit. Checks in the mail. Let's do it. But we are not done yet. That was for LACS. There's still a trip to Platfighter on the line.
And, the first big Rivals 2 Heatwave champion. Besides the one, I guess Dan won the other one. Is that what you were saying? Is that one? That one counts. We got to count that one.
Pre-release.
Okay.
Pre-release.
The first released Heatwave Rivals Championship is still on the line.
Why the Genesis event wasn't for money. People had access to it early. It doesn't really count.
Sure.
It's in the books, but is it really?
DB stayed winning.
But it's Dan. It's Dan now. So Dan winning is important.
True.
Because that means Dan's going to continue to make games.
I thought he deleted Ranked because of something that happened to him online. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
He was thinking about it.
Yeah.
So you'll notice Cake Assault yet to lose a game.
Why would he do that?
I think in this entire tournament. Why would he lose a game?
That sounds like a mistake. And he's a CPU. He doesn't make those.
And once again,
he's an OS. Sorry, that was the
filling in kind of the bits and pieces of the lore. There was a year in Rivals 1 where Cake won 12, 13 tournaments in a row. You talk about the dominance of Armada and Mango and Hungrybox and Leo. They all sat down and listened when Cake Assault explained to them how we were going to win tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
The longest run of any Rivals players almost went an entire season of the RICS without dropping in a single game. Or excuse me, a single tournament.
Yeah.
Rarely, if ever, got pushed into losers at those tournaments.
Speaking of RICS.
Yes.
What do we think?
Is it going to happen?
When?
Well, you see, normally the season ends and culminates with Genesis.
Okay, that's the last event.
Yes, that's always is. It's funny that Genesis is the Exodus of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So we all come together and celebrate Rivals.
Shout out to Exodus.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a PM tournament at Genesis.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I love the puns. The puns. Shout out to you. But so we're gonna come in together at Genesis. And then while we're at Genesis, while we're in top 3, I'm going to predict. I have no knowledge. I have no insider information. There is no NEDA that I'm violating. But I'm going to predict we're going to get a character trailer and we're going to get a RACS trailer.
Okay.
I think we're going to get both of those, and we're going to highlight the events they're going to be partnered with down the line. And Bailey, CEO, better be one of those.
Just saying.
I'll sit here and do whatever it takes to make sure that it's featured and celebrated in Orlando and everywhere else I can have it to.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is if you're running a tournament out there and you do not have Rivals 2 at your tournament, you are making a huge mistake.
You're wasting money.
You're wasting money.
You're missing out on money, I should say. So we're in here. This is top 3 now. Squanto, ZB, losers finals.
Yep. And this is going to be, I feel like, a test of Squanto to see if he can keep up that level of edge guarding we saw in the previous game. I mean, Krag, significantly harder character to edge guard. A lot more variability in the recovery.
And you want to talk about somebody that can challenge Toronto off stage. We did not see that with Zetter. When it's a little bit of the toolkit, it's a little bit of the comfortability with Switch for going out there. ZB, on the other hand, is going to be very comfortable out there pushing buttons.
Yeah,
First stock goes to Squanto, though, so we can't say enough about how consistent he's been.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of a awkward DI on that, but still, you know, a chance to come back right here for ZB. And makes it dead even. Gets the down throw regrab that it looks like he was looking for against Keikasoul, but this time, all right, let's see. It's Bear Spike into weak back air. So the thing I want to look for is the weak back airs and the nairs. Yep, just utilizing that rinse and repeat nair. Going back to the legend. Yeah, that's the big thing though. ZB can do that wall jump into back air and then still get the side B cancel. Still get the pillarless right there. But oh, these confirms out of Squanto are so brutal. Oh, still fine though. Man, ZB just making it out of these situations that look completely impossible, Brosa.
Yeah, no, it's really, I'm sitting here just watching. It's very impressive how ZB can just navigate around these hitboxes that we just saw how efficient they are at closing out stops.
Yeah, but the bubble saving Squanto's life right there, but unfortunately not for long enough. Squanto just a little bit too low. Now ZB gets down thrown on the platform. DIs smartly to get out of there, but this down tilt into forward air. I feel like it's the every character finisher at this point. Gotta come up with a cool name for that. I'll go in the lab. What?
It's the Dan.
This is the Dan. Oh, we've got the Larry. Why not the Dan? Oh,
let's go with the regrab.
Yeah, I like the idea, but it's not going to work out. And actually, Pillar used dangerous spot to be in for ZB, but does manage to utilize that legend invincibility, get out of that corner so well. Always fighting his way out of these situations. But once again, that weak up strong you talked about earlier, that was a huge opener for Squanto.
I mean, it just looks like it's something that maybe just combos out of that throw and, you know, puts him in a bad situation. ZB, much better DI than we saw in the previous game.
And he's so good with that instant ledge refresh.
Yeah.
When you use the up B and you cancel it by grabbing the ledge, it's fully invincible. So you can do that to refresh your ledge invincibility and then get an invincible aerial follow-up. Just a little bit of stall. It's an extra, 18 frames you can stall there. So very important for resetting that circumstance and getting the stock. I mean, he got the back air out of that, got the kill.
Switch rubbing off on Squanto here, runs it back immediately to Jules Veil.
The Veil. A double up tilt. Such a scary move to get hit by. Can do so much, but ZB, once again with the shield drop back air, it covers so much around Krag. So whenever you go for a shield drop, whenever you go for an attack on Krag's shield while he's on a platform, you need to be very wary of where he's dropping. Oh my god.
Just yeets him out there with a cargo throw.
Oh, damn. Might be dead. Yeah. The other huge thing in this matchup against Rano is that you can use the rock and the shards to disrupt the bubble.
Yeah.
Because it takes so long to set up. You always have the chance to get out of there and, okay. Could have stolen the ledge from that.
ZB is moving right now. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he got invited to LACS, man. He ain't messing around.
He didn't have to win his way in. They said, hey, you free? It's good.
Yeah, for sure. Down tilt fair. Oh, that's such an interesting rock pull that ZB's been using. He's been using one that, like, sort of pulls it while he runs off of the pillar. which means that he has an opportunity to get off and not have to worry about the pillar being broken beneath him by the needles.
You covered the momentum of that too, which is so good. You saw how quickly he was able to move across that space there, a little bit faster than his normal airspeed, and it really uses the rock to kind of covers his way back to the stage as well. It's really, really good all the way around.
Got a lot of things working for him, but one thing working against him is these poison stacks. If we see a side B, we haven't seen it all set, but could be a chance for it. Oh, and my God. Oh, wanted another reset? One's not enough, CD? What the whole
down strong, very nice.
And once again, hard to get the DI on these down tilts. That time ZB hits it.
But we'll say Squanto's brought this all the way back.
Yeah, gets that reverse hit fair.
We move it. I think that was a reverse needle charge to put himself in position with the bear. You like the technicality?
Squanto, very technical. That doesn't require too much technicality, though. Just a simple down tilt, burial, and it gets the job done.
You grab.
Oh, no tech. And unfortunately, Squanto going to fall to that down air. Now, ZB. Camping this platform in the corner real quick. He seems to really like forcing people to come at him at these awkward angles where he can threaten so much space with forward air.
Right. But then such just forward there too, just being on that platform below ledge there. You'd think it's funny to be in, call it a position of advantage, but it really is.
Yeah. Okay, but
what
this is... Yeah, amazing grab it. Somehow, though, ZB sneezes his way through the raindrops, gets out of there, and now is in advantage. Goes for another forward air, gets the back air fair. Once again, see if he can disrupt the... Oh, isn't in time to disrupt the bubble, but does still get the grab. TI in.
Where were we going there for?
He was going for down B into down smash.
Oh.
Yeah, down B down strong there is a true confirm if you DI in.
I didn't realize Rano's back is covered in eyeballs as well. These
Biskins.
These Biskins
Wild.
are sick.
So sick.
Does Crag pull an eyeball?
Crag, I think there's an eyeball on the rock.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Ew, of course it would be ZB.
Hyperborean Harbor. But Squanto has some stuff on this.
I think
there's
lots of Ranos, dude.
There's a lot of crazy movement you can do with the tongue on the wall there. And honestly, the big thing that people don't talk about when Crag is playing on the stage, it's like technically you can, use your up B to get out of there, but a lot of Crags use the wall jump and the wall so effectively to get out of circumstances that they have no business coming back from, especially when there's no pillar.
Right.
So that does actually play a big factor when you're edge guarding.
Yeah, because Crag wall jump goes super, super high, and then you pillarless out of it. I mean, you really can start flying around.
Yup. But CV getting a couple hits here. Yeah, he is just able to use that wall jump
into the ledge grab as well for invincibility. So sick.
But Squanto finding the first stock. And, okay, back air fair. Not enough to get... Oh, he is? Okay. I thought I didn't get the purple, but enough to get the stock nonetheless.
There's that single hit up air. Leads into that jab, which goes to grab. But ZB just gets the special. I don't know what it is about ZB. He's the only one I've seen actually hit special pummels today.
I mean, a lot of people just don't go for them because a lot of times it's just not worth the risk, right? Like, you gotta grab. You should just get your guaranteed follow-ups.
Right.
So a lot of people don't go for them for that reason. But ZB, he wants it all. He doesn't want just one throw. He wants 8.
This is a man unconcerned with social norms.
Oh, yeah.
Your grab techniques.
He does not care. Good spot for him to be in. Goes for the down special. I like the idea, but Squanto able to get out of there scot-free.
Ooh, dash had a shield with Squanto's ready. This could be really big here. Ton of shield pressure off that up air.
Man, that was some crazy movement to get that hit. Now though, ZB gets reverse down tilted into a huge punish. What is he going for?
ZB.
Going for the hop. Yep, is able to get out of there just barely. Oh, in the perfect angles twice. Oh, but so close to getting that down strong. Still confirms with the up air.
Hard DI in because you're expecting something else. And ZB was able to get that up air.
Yup. Oh, but this might be the opening that Squanto needed. Up tilt from below. The rock is so good. Oh, and he's going to get a huge punish from this. ZB masterminding his comeback in this game, but nope. All right.
Still relatively even here. Squanto trying to carry the momentum over from game 2, but
ZB short hopping with Rock. The classic.
Menacing.
He's just sitting there short hopping. Menacingly. Oh.
Yeah, and then you just get Elden Ring.
Yep. Elden Ring is a powerful move for this Crag player. And ZB one of the best at utilizing it. So many times it feels like you're safe, and then ZB just is like, oh, what about this one move that killed you at basically any percent?
Right.
You know they nerfed that significantly. There was a point where it killed at like 30.
The down B offstage?
Yeah, it's just the down B. Yeah, the aerial down B. It was pretty messed up. Yeah, Genesis Crag was a hell of a drug.
And listen, that was the least of our concerns with Genesis Crag.
Oh yeah,
That was our concerns with Genesis
Yup.
Crag.
what about that? That's still in there. That's still in there.
Yeah, but
he earned that one. He earned that one, right, guys?
Earned is a
right
term.
Right, guys?
But it was sick. It was sick regardless.
Oh no. Oh no, please. He's just a boy! No. 23%.
Listen, Carson's going to LA. He does. You've won the battle. You may not win the war, but you won the battle.
Yeah, you may not win the war when your opponent's committing war crimes. I mean,
Yeah. That usually is a hard advantage.
I hate to say it, but Squanto has been playing this matchup fair. And
Which
that
is
is
crazy
not
to say about the Lano player.
I know. That is not what will get you enough. Oh, missed tech though. I think it was because he did the side B cancel, did not have time to tech it. Got locked out of the window. But oh no.
There's the up air.
All right.
Yep.
All right. And still ZB. Once again, would love to commit some more war crimes. This time Squanto stopping him momentarily, but tragic ending to the set, and just slips off the ledge. ZB takes it 3-1 here and has his work cut out for him in the next match.
Man, you've won a one-way ticket to the Buzzsaw Factory. You see Cake back there unfazed. He's like, all right, time to go to work.
You know, you think if you hit somebody with your bow so hard it would break.
Yeah.
Like, bows are not made to smack big rock men.
That's a plastic bow with that, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's a pool toy.
Yeah, it's a pool toy. It's made to shoot water noodles.
Oh man. We're all having a great time here. This is potentially the last set, maybe the penultimate set. If
Might get
ZB
one more.
can pull off the miracle. But man, it's been a great time out here. Like we said earlier, I flew in this morning. I fly out yesterday.
Yep.
I'd love to spend more time out here.
Fly out yesterday?
Yeah, exactly.
My man's tired. My man's been going through a rough day, but
Fly out tomorrow.
everything is for the game. We love the game. He's been saying it. Hire this man at your events. You know, Brosa, asking for a gentleman's to Nasby. No, thank you. Oh, Raster. All right. Personally, I would love to see some more rivals too here. And actually, okay, we see in the that NBAD ended up getting it over Pikmon.
Yep.
For the, what is that, 4th? Yeah, 4th.
Yes.
No, yeah, 4th.
I think so.
5th. There it is, 5th. Yeah, so that's a 5th place match.
Yes.
So Pikmon getting 6th, NBAD getting 5th, and then I don't think we see the other one on the screen, but that's all right. Yeah, Cake Assault versus ZB. We saw it before. I mean, what do you got to say about it other than it just you gotta kill ZB much harder.
We're gonna take a look down here.
Yep.
At Cake Assault's icon.
The endoplasmic reticulum.
That is correct.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the mitochondria for a second. Which,
and
as you all know,
the powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the cell, of
So
course.
in this case, the back air is the powerhouse of the fleet.
Mm.
And then the endoplasmic reticulum is the ground game. And then the cell wall is the offstage punish.
Okay.
I haven't been in a high school classroom in a long time. I graduated from college in like 2010.
Where are the riboflavin?
That's the wavy thing. That's that thing. I remember that. That's the wavy thing.
No, I get you. Yeah.
No, I graduated as a political science major, so I did not take a ton of science classes to begin with. Looks like we do have one quick video before we hop into this, and that is going to be for Plat Fight Championship, which is coming up soon in Kissimmee, Florida. I will be there, and you guys should be too. That one's going to be so much easier. It's a 2-hour drive to Kissimmee rather than a 6-hour flight same day. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be in there on Sunday. Make sure you come by and say hi. But it's going to be pretty sick. They are really, really putting on a great thing over there for us. And Glint is a phenomenal group based out of PNW and, of course, Western Canada.
Shout out to Glint.
I'm super excited.
Been at a ton of the events. Going to be at one this next weekend.
That's right.
It's just, incredible organization. They are always making fun stuff for the community, and I feel like Plat Fight is going to be one of those huge, really, really interesting ones. You can, all right, CB and Cake is still there playing doubles with an extra. is this do they gentlemen's to doubles? yes.
What a great cue for production. Bravo, Doughboy. Bravo.
So beautiful. And is this real?
No, but Cake's but
could it be?
Ass.
Could it be real?
Tag us in, coach.
The commentators plus players. That'd be a fun. That'd be fun.
Cake.
Digs on Cake. What?
That's my son.
All right, fair enough. Deal. I'll take ZB. We'll double crack. It'll be fine.
I'll just sit there back in stock camp. I'll let him 2v1 you guys. Maybe then he'll have a challenge today.
That'd be fun. I would certainly do that.
This is so much of a better stage than the singles version of it.
It is a very cool stage.
It's not even the fact that it's a bad stage. I'm bad at it. And I'm always confident enough to admit that, where like I know there's certain things that I just am bad at, and I'll be like, man, this sucks. And it sucks because I'm not good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that the platforms move. I don't think they move in the doubles version, right?
SBS, no, they're static.
Okay.
SBS, no, they just move. Yeah. They swap places.
Oh, they swap places. Okay, cool.
SBS coming over to lecture the both of them to hurry the hell up and play grand finals. We have to be out of here by 11 o'clock.
It's grand finals? I thought it was doubles. I thought it was doubles with the CPU doubles tournament, right? That was going on next?
Yeah. The Amiibo tournament.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure somebody at some point tried to make Amiibo tournaments happen.
They did for a little bit. They were a fun side event. They were not a entertaining side event because they took forever.
Yeah, because those things, they got too much juice in the tank.
Well, they were souped up attack, they were souped up defense, they didn't take a ton of knockback. Like, we're getting into the weeds here, but we're here for grand finals of Rivals 2, the final event of Heat Wave 7. We will be telling you guys good night and good luck after this. But here we go. Godai Delta.
That is our stage for the first one. And I do think this is a fairly good Crag stage. Just a lot of follow-ups you can get off of the text on the platforms. And mostly what you're looking to do in this matchup as Crag is just deal as much as possible on hit, right? Like the moment you get your hands on them, 38 is not bad at all. But you're looking to just deal as much damage as possible, because when you get hit, yeah, okay. I like the idea. If that grab was connected, could have been it. But this is a big opening, goes for the down throw, and okay, unfortunately not able to get the full follow-up, but still ZB has been all over Cake the stock, and I mean, like I said,
if he wasn't already down the stock, it'd be a really good position.
Yup. Oh, and that actually managed to hit the platform.
Don't let Crag go to Godai. Got it.
I don't think that always hits the platform.
That third hit, it looks like it did.
Maybe it's like very specific spot. Oh, a little bit of a miss on the throw of the rock, and Cake manages to get back on the stage and gets it there. Oh no, you've been hit. What happens next?
I just love often as I thought, what?
Oh yeah, and there it is. I mean, very efficient stop in terms of hits taken from ZB. Really only let Cake get one opening despite that long engagement.
So for all you tech rats out there, all you lab monsters, it turns out you actually can use a sound cue when Crag does his down B and have an immediate parry off of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely just, also just look at it. You have enough time. It's not too hard to just look at it and parry. but it's just something you should practice, right? Yeah, and unfortunately, though, a lot of times you're not going to be able to play with sound on rival setup at tournament setups. So I think like not relying on that is probably worth it. But maybe, you know, if you want to bring your own speakers, bring your own headphones, could be a good idea. And oh wow, okay, goes for the forward strong, trying to use this rock to threaten Cake off stage, and yeah, that is what ZB has said was really, really good. Utilizing that refresh to get a little bit extra invincibility gives you enough time to get an aerial punished on the up B back on the stage, but it's not gonna be
Look at these
enough.
dash dances.
Oh, no.
ZB is so careful, and it may not even matter.
What indeed? ZB with another exclamation. Like, I shielded that. I should have been able to get a punish, but unfortunately the down tilt just in time to catch the shield drop.
Production, let me just swap the gameplay screen with ZB's character. ZB's.
Yeah, we'll put the game's play in the bottom right, and we'll just look at ZB the whole time.
Yes, correct. That is what I require for the rest of this set.
Okay, but here we are once again. Double forward air. ZB getting a nice start. Love how much he gets the parries, but yeah, that is a threat in the matchup. Oh. Yeah, and managing to get out of there. The back air hitting actually giving him back his wall jump, which gave him a little bit more of a lease on life. Still has a chance to come back. And the rock just blocking off Cake's path. But, I mean...
I love the crowd pop-off for ZB recovery.
Yeah, I know. It's just so difficult to ever recover. Oh, and he... Oh... It's happened to many a crack player in that situation. You just don't have the resources to get back. Seemed like there was a chance, but ZB not coming all the way back, and now finds himself down once again here. What do you do in the spot? Like what mix left is there?
So this is really interesting because in Rivals 1, we saw a similar matchup for a lot of Crag players in Crag Abso. ZB was one of those players that really put the work in.
Yep.
And did everything he could and still just lost to Penguin every time.
Yeah.
There was a couple wins, but it was not frequent. And sometimes you lose at the character select screen. I don't want it to be that black and white, but that's it. Like, what are you gonna do?
That was actually smart. ZB went all the way in to get the hit on the up B, allowing him to go back to stage with Cake's own up B. A smart situation where he wouldn't normally have been able to recover, but Cake giving him a little bit more resources. But oh, okay, he uses the nair, gets out of the corner, but now it's a matter of finding the stock, just a hair off on that up air, and ZB going to fall once again, just a little bit off on the DI, but those inches add up as now Cake is once again in the driver's seat, trying to throw out the rock, trying to control so much space, but yes, gets the combo into the rock throw.
Rock throw at 172, purple screen.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
Listen, for your wrestling historians out there, we used to talk about how that's not fair to Flair. And right now, this is not fair to ZB. I don't have a quirky rhyme for it just yet, but this is tough. I like the crowd popping off for a neutral win.
It ain't easy beating ZB.
That's where we're at right now. A neutral win.
He's still alive.
Cake lets him back on. That's
very generous of Cake. Allowing ZB another chance to come back to stage.
And the worst part is I'm pretty sure that was Cake letting him back on. Like, Cake knew he was dead.
Maybe. We'll see. Cake wants a little bit more challenge and gets the pickup with that side B. Oh, but this could be the chance for ZB to come back. Does get one of the spikes, but doesn't get the last one. That's the one you get the combo off of. And forward air, no pillar. And then he did have pillar. He got back on stage. He got back on stage. And is able to come back.
There's no way that's not coded wrong. Exact quotes from Zachary Benson right now.
Oh,
I don't even know what he's talking about.
What is he talking about?
There's no way that's not coded wrong.
Okay, but last stock, bringing Cake potentially to the brink. Oh, Perry, you're dead. Okay.
You were saying?
Potentially. The crowd cheering for ZB. He wants one more. They want him to get one. Come on. You got one in you, ZB.
Would you like to bet on that as well?
If you had asked me at the beginning of the set, I would have given it to you. I would have given you a bet for ZB getting one game this set, but not now. Not after what I just saw.
Not your fellow Cragmane, not your boy.
That is my boy. That is my fellow Cragmane. I watch ZB whenever I need to be inspired.
I love that when the arrow comes back down.
Ooh, but then you get to parry the chime. That was cool.
This is the best start we've seen so far.
Okay. Did somebody bring cake for cake?
No, they're medals and stuff.
Oh, I think ZB was running over trying to parry the chime once again, but didn't work out. Oh, gets the punish. And once again, though, going for the down throw, which Cake is able to tech on reaction by teching right when you jump. So, not able to get the mix anymore on that one. But going for back air. Yeah, it's just so difficult for ZB once the Cake Blender has started. Like you said, it is a whirling blade of death, but the up strong gets the kill. What a great setup. Throws that down rocket. Now, ZB with a minor lead. Will he keep it?
Stuck.
Harry? What? All right, I'd like to take the bet now. I'll take the bet. I'll take the bet.
What are my odds? I'm down 2 stocks. And the worst part is
50-50. No odds.
I still feel pretty confident. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still
feels like Cake could win this game on a moment's notice, but ZB.
Let me tell you though, this crowd is going to go bananas
if he gets
ZB
one.
wins this.
Oh, but he's off stage. The forward air does not connect. Down tilt, floor hug to trade, the double back air. ZB still has the pillar, is able to find his way onto that Air Armada platform.
This is going to be the Super Smash Con where they set off the
they set off the confetti at the wrong time.
Yep.
Yeah. Up air, setting up. Now, ZB once again gets the pillar and gets the attack on the down strong. So huge. Yeah, have to SDI that in to be able to get the tech. And I like the waveland out of that, not even just opting to jump so he isn't stuck in the air. ZB still building this percent, playing so carefully. Just wants to find any opening he can get. The waveland almost gets the forward air. But now, Cake Assault is... Oh, he's brought ZB to the last stock. Can ZB survive? We know how dangerous this can get even once here. ZB, though, gets a great trade. Cake Assault with the up air regrab. The tech chase, another up air forward air. ZB, he's in danger. But does finally land on the stage. Oh, this is it. And that is going to be your champion with no games dropped. Cake Assault taking it 3-0 over ZB, despite the insane start with the parry on the down air. It's not going to matter.
I never doubted him.
Never doubted him for a moment.
That's a Genesis 4 controller in his hand right there. That's crazy.
Genesis 4. Shout out.
That thing.
That was one of my favorite Genesises.
So,
you want to hit an interview?
Yeah. We'll get this knocked out. Get the rest of this wrapped up.
All right. Well, that is going to be it for me. Thank you all.
Yo, boy, can you switch back over real quick?
Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to get an interview real quick with Cake Assault. I'm Jed the Jenga God. Thank you so much, bro. So that was a great time.
All this man, he's going to be doing great things next week at Don't Park with Stewed. It's going to be a great tournament. See who gets that final spot into LACS, guys.
All right.
Jet the Jenga God on Twitter, right?
Yeah, Jet Jenga on Twitter.
Jet Jenga.
All right.
All right, what's going to be longer, your top 8 run or this interview? Because really it takes only about 5 minutes for either. So what was going on over here during this last set is me and Jet were arguing back and forth of whether or not anyone would take a game. And then ZB went up 2 stocks. And Jet was like, hey, I'll take that bet now. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Cake's still going to win. So what was going through your mind in that moment? You know, he gets the parry, he gets the cheese at 0%. Do you lock in? Do you approach it any differently?
Nothing really changed, I think, the whole time that I was thinking about it, except for the fact that I thought, oh, I was like,
can't give
I
him the
get it
satisfaction.
now. Well, not just that, like the fact that he parried that, and then I had like it blew my mind. I was like, I didn't know that. First of all, I didn't know that he had the reaction to parry the down air.
Yep.
And like, I don't know, it felt like my brain exploded for a second.
Yeah. No, it was he got you. I'll give credit where credit is due. That's the best we've seen somebody play against you. Was that final game there?
Yeah. I mean, he took the first stock, and immediately just what I think was, yeah, this is a good stage for him. And then he hits that shit, and I was like, oh, this is a really good stage for him. I get it now. But I didn't think about it differently in terms of like I have to lock in or I have to whatever. It was just keep the same game plan. Don't change anything up because it's especially the way that ZB plays Craig. I think I've got the game plan down like pretty solidly.
That's something we remarked about a little bit watching Squanto play as well. It's a little bit of that reliability of certain characters and how they're able to like close out stocks faster than others, and we saw it a lot in his sets versus Switch. Tell me a little bit about switching to Fleet and what that means for you, because I mean, coming from Force Burn over to Fleet, having that pocket Force Burn as well, what draws you to this character, I guess, is the best question I have for you right now.
Honestly, I'm not totally sure, but I do know I love playing with the float.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know I was gonna like. When the game like first came out and we only had like 8 characters, 6 characters, whatever.
Yeah.
But like Force Word wasn't out yet, and it was like, what character do I try? Because I didn't really click with any of them, and I think a lot of like people coming from Rivals 1 have that same feeling where they see the characters, they try out their main, and they go, oh, it's not the same, and it feels weird, and they just don't like it.
Yeah.
So like obviously,
like most people have gotten kind of over it at this point.
Yeah. At this point, people have gotten over it, but obviously, there's the initial growing pains. In those initial growing pains, I was like, let's just try out the new character because I don't have any sort of like connection to Rivals 1's characters.
Right.
Like, because in Rivals 1, I sort of played like Crag and Zetterburn.
Yeah.
And so I tried them in Rivals 2, and they're so different when you play them, just in terms of game feel.
Sure.
So no matter what's happening, I'm trying to do Rivals 1 things, and it's just off.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that in Fleet because she's not in Rivals 1.
Sure.
So
it's a brand new canvas.
Yeah. So there's no sort of like. There's no sort of growing pains when it comes to Fleet.
It's the trophy. This is your fourth heat wave?
This is my 3rd heat wave win, I believe. Heat wave 4, 5, and 7, something like that. 4, 6, and 7.
But no, so you're talking about Fleet in the in the new, I guess, the new engine.
Yeah. The only thing that that was like difficult, like the really big thing that it was to get over, because like the really hard part about going from like Rivals 1 Force Burn to Rivals 2 Force Burn is like just getting over all the things that are different.
Yeah. With
Fleet, it's like learning how to use float, because float, if you've never played a float character, this is Rivals 1 trophy and the Rivals 2 trophy.
Oh, that's right, because you won both.
I did. Yeah. I won singles, doubles for both games.
Yeah.
I won
the 4-peat.
I dropped one game across all 4 brackets.
I told you guys during the top 8.
Or no, 2 games? 3 games? Whatever. I dropped you to Penguin.
Oh, you lost count. Forgive me. But, for those of you who are watching Rivals 2 potentially for the first time tonight, this is what to expect from this guy. I do think it was super funny because I texted you when you've got another gift.
Oh, thank you.
I texted you when Force Burn came out. I said, "Hey,
you're so kind.
What should I do with this character? I'm interested in playing Force Burn." And you're like, "Don't. He sucks." And now you're like, "No,
not that he sucks.
What do you?
He's boring.
He's boring. Okay.
You're not gonna like him,
right?
If I teach you to play Force Burn, you'd be like, "Really?
Yeah.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
It's like, why do I? What's wrong?
Here's this like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 1, step 2, step 3, and there feels like there's a lot more range of motion a lot more flexibility when it comes to kind of the game plan for Fleet.
Yeah, well, part of it is just like Float gives so many options in terms of the way that you can play neutral and where you can space hitboxes. Like playing neutral with a float is like some of the most fun I've had.
Really?
Just moving with float, it feels amazing.
That's awesome.
Like to the point where I'm thinking like if I go back to like learning playing melee, like I want to try out Peach a little bit. Just to see what happens.
Found a new calling.
Yeah, I don't know. Float is so cool, and like I mean before playing Fleet at all, I thought Peach was cool in terms of like using float is just sick. I think.
Gotcha.
I think it's a cool mechanic. There's probably a bunch of people in chat mad at me because float could be very lame in terms of just they're floating above me and I can't touch them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing floaty, then yeah, that's not the most fun thing to participate in, to witness.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna
commentate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend there's like nothing bullshit about float. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I'm just sitting above Crag off stage waiting. Like they're trying so desperately to avoid the falling there, and they're like, oh, let me do a double jump, and then an air dodge, and then finally pillar, and it's like I'm just above you the whole time. There's nothing you can do.
Every time I see float back air, I just have flashbacks to PM Ganon, and that's who I played in PM. I was never like super competitive, but man, I really want to just hit people as hard as I could, and then Fleet just comes around and goes boom, and then just knocks you off. But the fact that you can do sour into strong is gross.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse into normal is. We're getting into the weeds here. We need to obviously help Steven get this wrapped the hell up because he's sitting there staring at us. But Don't Park,
and then LACS the weekend after.
Gotcha.
I've got 3 back-to-back weekends.
Gotcha.
All West Coast flights, which is gonna suck. But
listen,
do what you got to do.
I know. My flight this morning was at 5, and then I fly back tomorrow at 4 p.m. So Steven is actually not wrapping us up, but waiting to hop on. So he's going to be getting on with you, I believe. So I am at Burza FGC. I love the Rivals community. It's a great to be here. What? I'm staying? Oh, you're getting off. Get out of here.
Sorry. That's oh, gosh, I just kicked like a bunch of water everywhere. Everyone ignore that. You guys can't see it. It's fine. I didn't do anything.
Anyways, that's Cake Assault. He is the best. Don't let it confuse you. That is the best Rivals 1 player, the best Rivals 2 player. I'll stake my money on it. If I had an esports team, he would be sponsored by me, but I don't. I ain't got it like that just yet, but congrats.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you next weekend. Watching you play offline Rivals is always a treat, Alex. Yeah. So.
Oh, and I think I won the Plat Fight voucher. Off of this.
I'll see you there.
So awesome. I'll be at Plat Fight.
That's right.
I think that's all my events for the rest of this year, aside from.
I don't think there's too much else going on, right? Because like online stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's the TAPS regional in Philly, but like as far as big tournaments go, like majors.
Yep.
That's everything I've got coming up.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Awesome. Well, listen, safe travels and good luck next weekend. And can't wait to see you wrap up another tournament without dropping a game.
Hopefully, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, go take a picture of Tor. Congrats. That medal is actually yours because they gave us a Rivals 2 first place for some reason.
Okay.
And then grab those as well. Congrats.
And now the man, the myth, the legend, SBS, Steven Savansky, my friend. How
Hello.
are you? How are you?
I am tired.
Another tournament in the books?
Yeah.
When's Heatwave 8?
Yep.
Eventually.
Truth be told, when I was getting close to, like, when I announced this, there's a trailer we'll play without the pictures and all that stuff. Like, it's like got the fire and all, like, and the song, the nice song.
Mm-hmm.
It was all themed around, like, I don't know what's going to happen with Rivals 1 and Rivals 2, like, like the transition from 1 to 2.
Yep.
And also, I don't know if I'm going to run a Heatwave again. There's so many big tournaments, like, running all the time, and it's like even finding a weekend, it's really hard to do. I didn't think we were going to get the numbers that we got this year.
Yep.
And I was like, the theme of that was like an uncertain future, right? And we like crushed our numbers from all previous heat waves.
Yep.
The Rivals 2 entrance alone outdid our best heat wave ever.
And it's 9:30, and you've got people cleaning up for you. How you feeling about that?
Good. I've been doing a lot of cleaning too. I don't know if you know, but
you've been hard at work. I've been seeing you running around.
But so I got a lot of thinking to do. But we have a potential venue for next year already.
Sure.
Probably won't be here. Nothing wrong with this place, but we do have a potential venue next year. It was a little expensive for people to get out here. We had both a venue fee for us and a venue fee for the venue itself.
Right.
And so we're looking to make things more affordable for people to come out. And so we got an amazing place that we're looking at. And I guess stay tuned for more news, probably, maybe.
Right.
God, I look like death right now. It's crazy.
Every time you think you're out, they bring you back in.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, you're like, never again.
Yeah.
And then, like, a week later, you're like, I should do that again. I know where I could fix this. I could do better on this. I can do better on this. Yeah.
I don't have anything. I've been here a day. Like, the last couple of years, I was here for all of it, but, like, every heat wave I come out to is a blast. There's a reason why I put myself through the rigors of this travel schedule to get out here. This is the second time I've done this Sunday, Monday shenanigans.
Yeah, you're crazy.
East Coast, West Coast, East Coast.
You're absolutely crazy.
But it's because of the community. It's because of Rivals. It's because of you. This is a celebration of not just Rivals, but it's a celebration of Arizona. And what was a PM scene for the longest time and was built around that community has transferred over. And it really shows the dedication from the Rivals community who showed up. Yep. It also shows from the PM community that showed up. It showed from the Melee community that showed up. We have this crossover that's capable because of what we have fostered in these previous games. And you, the community manager, are a main reason for that. So it really means a lot to have these going on. And whether there's a Heatwave 8 or whether you have something else planned in the future, you've got my full support.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm stoked to have it. It's I remember running weeklies, and you can go on like my Twitter and go on my like pinned tweet. There's a document in the replies. You can see the humble beginnings of everything.
Yeah.
Back in like 2016, picked up the game in 2015 as a player. I never expected to, one, work for the company that's making this phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Everyone watching knows about it, obviously, but pick up Rivals 2 if you haven't. We put in 4 years of love into this game, and I never expected to be a part of this team, and it was never the goal. I just did it because I loved Rivals 1.
Sure.
Got 4,000 hours in that game. Was a top 10 player at my peak before I started working for the company.
You're a top 10 player in my heart.
Oh, I'm still up there.
Yeah.
You know,
Probably
you don't get worse.
top 30-ish.
Probably still top 10. I'm winning tournaments over the people that are getting like top 15. Yeah. And
Don't let the humility fool you. This man's like that for real. I watch I pop in for the AZ VODs, and it's awesome. You know, you've helped foster community out here between you and Dinos and Chompers and Zora and everybody else that's a part of this. It makes people want to help. That's the big thing. You know, it's not just about, I'm going to go to this tournament. You know, this is a room probably with 25 people right now that is all sharing memories from this weekend, but is also breaking down. You know, this is not something that is left for the TOs to do or anything else. It's really great to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even just the Arizona Rivals community. Like, there's so many people from out of town that are just out here. Like, I can't tell you how many people I said to, no, don't help me. Just go watch the stream, enjoy it.
Yep.
Because they're just like, how can I help? And it's like, you can help by enjoying yourself. And so it's really cool. It's a very friendly community that, like, I will really never get tired of. No. It never gets old.
Listen, we're both old.
Yep.
You know, and we're not getting younger.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to do this, dude.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm getting further along career wise, and they're like, "You're doing what? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going out there. Can I have Saturday off, please?" No. Okay. Lights.google Sunday AM. 6 a.m. There we go. Yeah, no, it's a wild ride, man. And, you know, it's you, it's GPick, it's Sam, it's Jack. You know, there's so many reasons why I keep coming back. It's the players, it's the gameplay, it's the footage, it's everything. And, you know, not to be the two old guys staring at the lake at the end of the day, but it is... If this is the last Heatwave, you went out on a stellar success, my friend.
Well, thank you. To be clear, I have no idea if it is or not.
If it is. Yeah. I'm sure in like 2 weeks you're gonna be like,
it's how it always goes. Every year is my last year until it's not, right?
Yeah.
It's
every year just beat to shit at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, and part of my like psychotic brain just goes like, it'd be cool if like I got to the number 10.
Yeah.
Why the number 10? Because it was the multiple of 5. It'd be cool.
HWX,
the 1 and a 0. Yeah. I could have Heatwave X, and then I'd be like, well, what if I do Heatwave X2 like the Genesis?
What if you do Heatwave XX?
Yeah, exactly.
Or if we need to sponsor anything, we release the adult film Heatwave XXX.
There you go. But yeah, so I think I don't really have too much more to say except for thank you everyone who stuck around to watch the tournament. I actually have no idea how many people were on. I know we had the Twitch drops. But yeah,
You're just telling us to get off after that.
I know.
My bad.
I know we had like the Twitch drops and everything, so we had a lot more people than normal. I don't know what the numbers were. I probably won't know what the numbers are until like later this week, but don't really care about that. I hope that everyone watching had a good time. I hope more that everyone who was here had a good time, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on in terms of feedback and everything. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Maybe see you next year, but in the meantime, we run weeklies up in Phoenix here. So if you're in the Arizona area, we do have an Arizona Discord, but also every Thursday we do a stream, and we've got really good players here. We got Plastic Dinos, we've got Stroder, who was in top 32 winner side. We got Joe Mama, we got Docs. You know, I could go on and on, but we've got really good players here, and they just show up weekly. So if you want to watch some good AZ rivals, you want to support the scene, that's what to do. But we are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Brosa, for coming out here for the single day. Of
course.
I look like death. I'm going to shower.
We're there. Yep. There it is. That's the guy. Make sure you follow the guy that makes the Rivals community go. Like, forget my stuff. You didn't even put my. There it is. There it is. I like the endorphin boost of it, but like this guy rules. ET, go home.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.